bitch.
You clicked it and find ape left. He's like, "Oh, I'm out."
Whatever.
Yeah.
You sure you're live?
Are you
I
sure?
don't think you're live.
I think we're live.
No
I
fucking
don't know.
swearing now.
Oh, crap, he's back.
Monkey's back. Monkey's
Oh,
back.
now we've got budget in the middle.
Nope.
The monkey's back and he's better than ever.
Yeah, bro. Hey, no.
We're just looking at his hands.
Hey, get your hand off
I
that.
can see your sexy hands, Monkey.
Oh,
Monkey's
yeah.
he's doing like a DNA test or something on his keyboard there. He's swabbing it. Make sure nobody else is using it.
Swab.
Yeah, I think somebody else didn't been using my computer. Better
No,
swab
when
it.
first time I popped in here, it was you and Moo, and everyone else popped in was muted.
Right.
So apparently, GunTube don't like me.
Oh yeah, okay. You got some of that GunTube hatred. I heard that.
It's a shame we don't have anybody around that you could take that up with.
That's right. Send it to Shooting Left of Center.
Gun
There you go.
hates nobody.
I didn't say GunTube hatred. I just
I wonder
said,
how Yankee's enjoying all his emails from the casino.
Uh-oh.
What'd you do?
what did you do?
Yeah.
I mean, to
Did
get
you-
the $5 free play, you got to put down an email. So just
Oh,
saying.
nice.
Shooting left of center at gmail.com.
Evil. Love it.
That's funny.
Did you give him spam?
Why the hell am I getting all these emails from Grinder Roulette?
Grinder roulette. Spin the wheel. Let's see what kind of dudes you got. Bzzz. Yeah, well.
You landed on Gray Jedi.
That'll teach him. Yeah, Guitarman Pete says, "Tell Snob I said he's my hero." Pete's drunk again.
Yeah, you're drunk, Karen. Go home.
He's probably putting a noose around his neck.
Unsober. You, sir, are now unsober.
So, thanks for tuning into the closer.
Oh crap, that's where I'm at. I thought I was on.
Drugs.
You're detained or whatever.
That's
You're
where
detained
Hold
or
on.
whatever.
Kingpin's
thought
not
that's
here,
what
so
the
I have
show
to do
was.
it.
You're being
Whoosh.
detained or whatever.
There you go. There you go. You're detained or whatever. Hi, thanks for tuning into You're Detained or whatever.
Yeah, snob, don't feel so bad that you're not going to get the full cavity search today.
Ooh.
Unless you're midstream.
I mean, I've been staying in the house
Hey, I work in
for a
corrections.
week.
I can
I've
do
got
that,
plenty of
you know.
cavity. I'm just saying.
I work in corrections. I know how to do that, you know.
Oh.
What are you
Don't
working?
offer.
You're working a what?
Don't
You're working a what?
I work in corrections.
Correction?
I'm a correction officer. I know how to do that.
Corrections.
I thought maybe you were the one that got a hold of Ape's keyboard. That's why he's doing the DNA test on it.
Maybe.
Well, cavity searches can't be hard unless you're doing it on a guy.
Ooh.
Well,
Then they're fun.
It's hard when I'm doing a cavity search. Something's awful damn wrong with this picture.
Yeah, for sure.
I figure budget. I know what you need to do cavity searches from now on is those damn gloves. Did you see the glove video?
You mean the ones that like resist hydrochloric acid and stuff?
That would be
the ones that drop you in a heartbeat. Well, they drop you in like a beat.
They dropped
a
Sarge
beat
in a
and
half a
half.
heartbeat. I went down pretty fast.
They drop
Sarge
you
just
like a beat and a
disappeared.
I've heard that about you.
Yeah, it was okay. I'm going to touch it. Yeah.
He went down like a rock, man. Holy shit!
Sarge was,
where's
Sarge was
Sarge?
vertical, and the very
Went
next
down
frame
like a
he was
pond date.
horizontal.
Oh man.
It didn't even. My brain worked so slow. I didn't even have time to process it to move the camera down. It's just like, where'd he go? He's just gone.
Let's
Poor
do
Sarge.
some magic.
I thought you did pretty
We're
good
gonna
there,
make the
Snob.
Sarge disappear.
Went down like Jonas in the Oval Office.
Whoa. That's uncalled for.
First of all, it wasn't Jonas. He just bought the dress at a Goodwill store.
That's even worse, man.
It's Badwell now.
What? You don't think that mentally incapacitated people deserve to get raked over by a giant superstore?
What? Why don't you do what those monkey statues do and just shut up?
Only
Yes,
one
I
of them
can-
does that.
Because I am contractually obligated to increase
you're
the
not.
assholery here every 5 seconds. Not your
you're not.
contract, Midnight's contract. Take it up with him.
Gary isn't here, so I think somebody need to have a big fat ass cat on the screen.
That
There you go.
brother.
Fat-ass cats
There you
on
There
the
you go.
screen.
Oh God,
I'm pretty sure George was pretty upset and missed Gary so bad. So.
George is very upset.
George is floppier.
What the fuck?
What in the actual hell is Midnight got?
Oh no!
This is my pet Godzilla.
Got to go. Let's go Godzilla. Whoa!
Okay.
Gojira!
I got to know earlier, but
Gojira!
Hang on, I'm clicking on Amazon
My
right now.
my son's on a huge Godzilla kick. He just loves Godzilla. He sings that song all the time.
And
Ooh, you know.
Gazuki.
And I've got about 12 Godzilla toys next to me right now. I got Anguirus, Rodan, King Ghidorah, about 4 different
Do you have Mothra?
styles of Godzilla. Yep, I got Mothra. Here's a Mothra.
Hell yeah.
Okay,
Here's-
do you
here's
have
little-
Mecha Godzilla?
Here's Anguirus. Here's Mechagodzilla. Do you want a big Mechagodzilla or do you want
Yes,
a little
big
baby
Mechagodzilla.
Mechagodzilla? Little baby Mechagodzilla. I got 2
All
different.
clearly, at the end of the day, he has all the Godzillas.
All the Godzilla.
he's got a lot of them, yeah.
As
And then
long as
he's
he's
got,
got the Mecha Godzilla.
And then he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different types of Godzillas. Like you got like the little fire Godzilla, you know, and then you got the regular one, and then you got the Godzilla Earth, and then the little space guy. Have you ever seen the space Godzilla? He's got the little things on his shoulders. Yeah, they're all-
Junior.
no, we don't have a baby one. I mean, there's a little one here, but it's not supposed to be Godzilla Jr.
No Gadzukis.
Nope. No. Yeah, he's got them all. He just played me. He just loves these damn things, man. He is so into Godzilla right now.
That's
It's
great.
fun. Yeah, it's fun. Yeah. So everybody came back safe and sound from the SHOT Show. A couple of you are sick. Couple of you are pissed off, I guess. But other than that, at least you made it home, right? I saw Sarge's text. He's none the happier with Walker.
Why is that?
Nope.
Walker,
Walker.
Texas Ranger.
Walker
That's a-
Texas Ranger or the geriatric tool?
The Walker, like,
Walker Texas Ranger was there.
no, Walker, the ear pro. His ear pro failed on him, and they kind of screwed him. I think that was horse shit, man. Yeah, he had the Walker electronic ear pros that were acting up on him. They started crackling, I guess, and acting shitty. And
Who let Ben Farrell touch Sarge's stuff?
Don't tell me this. 'Cause that's what I'm using right now. Shit.
So he was at range day, and he gave it to the one guy at range day, and the guy said, "Oh, it sounds like it's got a bad chip or something in it." He said, "Stop over to the booth." He's like, "And we'll get you taken care of." And so he didn't get to stop over that day, or it was later that day or something, or it was the next day, and that guy wasn't there, but another younger guy was, and he just kind of blew him off. You know, he let him listen to him. He's like, "Oh yeah," and he's like, "I don't know. It sounds a little staticky, but I guess I'll take your word on it that they're not working." And you know, just contact customer service, and they'll take, you know, and they'll handle it. And I'm thinking like, you know, Sarge just put this post up with that, you know, with that story, and I was like, they were probably had 100 pairs of those damn things there. Just give him one. You know, they had to have
They had 100 pairs of those things there.
They had to. I can't believe that they didn't just be like, "Yeah, I'll tell you what. Give me those things. Here, take these, and you know,
Get the hell out of
The
here.
guy
That's just
yes."
dumb.
It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. It's one of the dumbest customer service things I've ever heard in my life.
I mean, that $50 freaking pair of Ear Pro versus all the bad publicity that you'll get.
$28 pair of Ear Pro.
Yeah,
Seriously,
whatever. Yeah.
That's,
And if
It
they
would
would
be
have
worth
given
it
him
to
more than they
avoid
want on
even
sale.
one social media post.
Mhm.
right. So, yeah. So it's the good makes no sense at all. It's the goofiest thing I've ever heard, and it really is kind of disappointing from a company that's there to promote their product. For Christ's sakes,
Yeah.
Hey, you get a bum product. Everybody puts out a bum product every now and again. But how much easier could it have been to remedy a situation and turn around and be like, "Here, have these brand new ones,"
Mhm.
Now scurry off.
See, this is Carl. He's the intern. He was, can I please go to Vegas? Can I please go to Vegas? Can I please go to Vegas with you guys? They finally said, fine. Just shut up.
Like a little
Sit at
dog
the
jumping
booth.
at your
Sit
feet.
at the booth and don't do anything. Don't say
Well,
anything.
in-
Don't talk to anybody. And then Sarge came along and just, whoa.
Well, in
Water
Walker's
your flow.
defense, I think Sarge went over there in the afternoon, and something I learned at SHOT Show, you can't get nothing done late afternoon because everybody from every booth has already been drinking all day, or ever since 2 or 3.
Yeah.
So this intern Carl there probably didn't get invited to go to the
Drinky.
booths that had the free beer. So those guys all went over there.
Yeah.
Well, then he should have been
Screw
pissed
this
and gave him like the top of the line Walker Ear Pro.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? Do you know how much? What they did is going to sell exactly 0 products, extra, 0. But if they would have given him a pair right there, or even upgraded them and said, "Hey, you know what? Here's the newer ones. These do this. These are really nice." Sarge would have done a video on it. He would have done Instagram posts on it. He would have done all sorts of shit about it. He would have talked about it for fucking 2 weeks probably. So instead of not selling. So, instead of not selling anymore, they're going to probably lose a couple of sales,
Now, to be fair, that's not the only electronic product Sarge had problems with this week.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I don't know. The other one seemed like it worked pretty good.
Did you take the batteries out of the camera for your Game Boy? Or your Game Gear?
No, but me and Sarge about it came to blows in the house one night. You can ask him, Doc. I threw my headphones on the floor. I'm like, forget it. I'm not helping you anymore, and just walked away. He's like, oh.
No,
How many times you have to
frustrated with
press
his
and hold
audio
it for
setup.
3 seconds to get it to turn on? You can't just press it and expect it to turn on.
Have you tried turning it on and off again?
Have you tried jiggling the power cord?
I promise you, if I'd have said turn it off and back on again that night, he would have blown his cool completely. He was pretty frustrated that night. I was legitimately trying to help him, and he was totally going off the rails.
Well,
On a crazy train?
Yes.
So what you got anything that you guys anything that pops out as far as standout things that you've seen? Anything cool and unusual? I'm pretty go ahead.
That logo alien was cool and unusual and really expensive.
Yeah, they're like $5,000, right?
Yeah.
But isn't it also like small batch, everything's like freaking hand fit?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. It's
I saw Obnoxious. That was pretty unusual.
Yeah, I can
You've
see that.
seen him
Cool.
plenty of times.
and cool.
It was unusual every time.
And we're not just talking about in the shower.
I saw a golden retriever that took a lot of videos.
How about
I
that
hate
little
you, son of a bitch.
how about that little pug or whatever that was
Son
in
of
the little Power Wheels car? Did you see that little guy?
No.
Wow, Power Wheels.
Oh man, little pug or something that was driving, or little. No, it wasn't a pug. It was a
Chihuahua?
Boston Terrier or something. No, I don't know, something little like that. And he had a little Power Wheels like Humvee with a little Dylan minigun on it and all sorts of stuff. He was motoring around. It was pretty awesome.
I don't know. I was too busy watching for the old men motoring around on the rascals that will literally back into you or run into you.
Oh, really?
And literally the only dog I had anything to do was with that certified good boy that was up in the press room.
Certifiable, huh?
Oh yeah, he was a certified good boy. I was up there. It was a service dog in training. He was 23 weeks old.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah.
Get picture on my Instagram. I was sitting there taking a picture of all the stats that they have.
Mm-hmm.
up there for the SHOT Show, and all of a sudden my hand was getting nuzzled.
Yeah.
I look over and I see the do not pet, and I'm like, well, that's kind of out the window right now.
And it was Yankee. Oh,
Yankee had one of those on too.
yeah. Matthias said, looked like a French bulldog. That's what it was, a French bulldog. Little black and white. Yeah, fun. Oh, it's a cute little guy. So, yeah, here's the
Logo
alien.
alien.
Laugo, yeah, the alien. Remember, but this has been like a year and a half ago that I think they talked about this thing first, right? I mean, it's been
It's
Well,
been
you
a
know,
while
you gotta
so
hype it
long
up.
that I walked right past it we all walked right past it at range day
Yeah.
because we didn't know what it was, and they didn't bother to put anything up there. They just had the Lancer banner
They
up
had to
there.
hype it up and let it die down, and then hype it up again so people would actually want it again.
Well, you can rest assured, In Range did a video on it, so anything you would have done probably wouldn't have helped.
Probably.
And how much is this thing?
About
Can I
$5
swear
grand.
on this show? Can I swear on this
No.
show?
No.
You know, the first of its kind. Yeah, and at $5 grand,
Fucking
it'll
range.
probably be the last because I sure as shit wouldn't buy one.
Fucking range. And their
Well, you
fucking
can do that if you want.
entourage that just takes over every booth.
Mm-hmm.
You sure this isn't about Ian's hair?
No, he's the biggest douche that ever walked.
Yep.
He wouldn't talk to you, would he?
After I didn't want to talk to him. He was
Damn, that
he
is a
was
low
acting
ball.
like he was somebody going somewhere.
But
Everybody
you gotta
else
watch
nice
out.
as
He
can
watches.
be.
He watches this show. He's gonna hear you saying all this shit. You better watch out.
I'll say it to his face. I ain't got no problems.
He'll throw headphones right at him.
Darn right. I did not throw him at him. I threw him down on the kitchen table.
Did you throw him at his general direction?
That's
Maybe.
racist.
So this has a.
So it's a fancy pistol.
Yeah, it's got a
That is cool.
fixed barrel, which is pretty cool. The bore axis is low as shit. I knew that one. Exchangeable, non-reciprocating upper part of the is a part of the slide.
Yeah, it's got 3. If you watch my video, he did really good on that. It's
I'm
got-
not.
You do videos?
I'm not going to
Shut
do
it.
it.
What are these videos you speak of?
Seems complicated.
Is it like radio, or is it more like the talkies?
It's the talkies.
Videos are hard.
Talkies
good.
are from the devil.
Everything
That's like-
for the actual gun is in the frame, so everything on top of it is just interchangeable.
With the exception of a hammer.
Pretty sweet looking
Yeah.
piece of metal there. No, it's pretty cool looking, man. These serrations are like ridiculous. It looks like
No shit.
fucking
You
nuts.
could grade cheese
It's like it
on
was
it.
cut through a tree.
Looks like
Yeah, I mean-
looks like a rib
It's
roast.
a saw.
Well, I was gonna say it looks like Rambo's survival knife there.
That's why it's so expensive. It's like a survival pistol. You get, everything in
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Got a fence with that.
So how many of these gun bullet things does this thing hold? Oh, 17. Only 17?
Gun bullet.
Bullets.
Yeah. How many gun? See, I would have thought for sure it was more than 17 rounds, but I guess it's not as big as it looks. I don't know what size hands this
Giggity.
homeboy has here.
What she said.
Dang, that
But-
really is a low bore axis. Look at that.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That is right in line with your wrists.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think they said the
Oh,
bore
man,
is
holy
actually
shit.
it's actually slightly negative by a couple of millimeters.
Mm-hmm.
Like my
Didn't you
wife.
hold it, obnoxious?
You didn't shoot it?
What, the gun?
Yeah.
I had the gun.
Yeah. How big is it? Like 19 sized or full
no,
size?
Looks a little longer than a 19 maybe.
Yeah, it's got a 5-inch barrel on it.
It's like a
Okay.
92, about as big as 92.
So none of you guys shot it?
No.
No, we
Not
didn't
a
know it
one
was
of us.
there. When you
You
have one
dumb
little bitty
bastards,
banner
you-
that says Lancer or whatever, you don't realize what it is.
Mm-hmm.
You dumb bastards went all the way to Vegas to be able to do all this cool shit, and you had a $5,000 pistol there and you didn't shoot it. What
Yep.
the hell?
Yep. every
Because I didn't know
single
it was
one.
there.
Son of a bitch!
Mhm.
There ain't no way that you were
Got the
related to
mile
Midnight.
You have no clue how big range day is and how many booths there
And
were.
how tiny that Lancer booth was.
Yeah.
So disappointed in you guys.
Yeah,
Like what?
So the bore axis is actually commented here as 1.7 millimeters below the line of grip axis. It's nuts.
Sweet.
2.2 pounds, 8.5 inches, 1.1 inches wide, 5.8 high, barrel length 4.8. So it's just under a 5-inch barrel. Doesn't look that long. I mean, it looks.
How long is it? Oh, it's 8.2 inches long. Dang, my wife
Yeah.
will want that.
Mhm.
Oh, snap.
And with those ribs on there, I mean, holy smokes!
I mean,
It'd be
there's aggressive.
Group sweat says that guy's grip looks like it'll shred his thumb, and yeah, it does.
Mm-hmm.
That thing will rip his thumb apart.
Yeah, that's true. That's probably a shitty place to. Yeah, it's probably a shitty place to be laying your thumb.
What the hell? I just opened
Like
the
a fucking
chat and they're out there
vibrator.
bashing me in the chat. What the
I
hell?
don't know. I don't
How
know
is
what-
that any different from any other day? I mean, you should be used to this by now.
Yeah, you're right.
Snob is jealous because Gun Jesus gets all the booth babes.
Booth babes.
No, he had a whole entourage of dudes running around with him
Ooh,
Booth
that can't-
dudes.
in his $5,000 coat and $1,000 gloves
Mm-hmm.
at the range. And
Why?
his goofy
What
hat.
makes you say they were $1,000 gloves?
Somebody
Him and
said they were $1,000 gloves.
Him and all his booth
Was,
dudes are
was
probably
that
running around
somebody?
looking for
Was that
street
somebody
fights.
you?
No, somebody told me that. I doubt it's true, but it sounded good, so I continued with it.
See, you're
And
just going to
he was
start
a
all
jerk.
this. You're going to just start all this new drama. This is what
Mhm.
Shot Show is for.
Why not?
simply starting new drama.
It's literally what sells on YouTube apparently, because my videos don't sell without it. So maybe if I start doing this and attacking big channels, I'll be famous.
Or you'll get shut down by legions of trolls. Either way, get the popcorn out.
Either way, he's
Exactly.
got views. He's going to get
Yeah,
views out of it.
exactly.
Either way.
They got a view to comment, so you know, hey,
So I found out something interesting today. I downloaded the app for the Sportsman Show, the outdoor show.
Mm-hmm.
They have a really nice app that you can put notes into, and it gives you the map, and it tells you all the companies that are going to be there and stuff. It's really nice. I used it
does it
last
have
year.
a Daniel Defense ad? Does it have a Daniel Defense ad that pops up every time you try to use it, and you have to wait 5 minutes for that to go down before you can use it?
No, I don't get any ads. It doesn't throw an ad up when you go to use it. No.
They should give some hints to Shot Show.
Yeah. So I'm looking through all and you can put like a little heart or a star beside, companies that you might want to visit or something. I'm going through and I'm looking, and all the usual stuff's there, and IWI pops up or is there, and I was like, oh, cool, IWI is going to be there. I don't remember if they were there last year or not, but so I clicked on them, and it says, IWI industry, Israeli Weapon Industries. And it gives an address, and it said Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. I'm like, what? Why the fuck is it saying that? Well, hell, they have a storefront in Middletown, Pennsylvania. I had no idea. So that's pretty awesome. They're open Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. or whatever, and so I don't know, man. That's pretty neat. I might one of these days try and make that like a little morning trip or something. Go out, and I don't know if they have a range there or something, but it might be kind of neat. Maybe I could do some videos out there, or talk to somebody, do like a couple interviews or something from there. That'd be kind of neat. I was really surprised. I had no idea they were out there.
Well, folks, the boss lady's calling me. I got to bail. Thanks for the invite.
Right,
dude.
budget.
Wish
Hey,
I
man.
could have stayed longer, but apparently I'm needed. So
Ooh,
guys
Yeah,
have a good
absolutely.
one.
See you, buddy.
Giggity.
giggity.
You.
They didn't have the Masada there, right? They didn't have the Masada there, did they? Somebody
I
was
heard
saying.
no.
I didn't go by the IWI booth, so I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, because they it'd be kind of cool to be able to check that out. It's a nice looking pistol too. It looks like a Smith & Wesson M&P and a Baby Eagle, Baby Desert Eagle got together, because the front looks like a Baby Eagle. It has that offset or that taper back.
You talking like the polymer frame
Mhm.
Baby Eagles. Okay.
Yeah.
Which are actually, I think they were Walther P99s.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, because they have that weird, like, decocker or safety on the top of the slide.
Mm-hmm. $480 is the MSRP on these. 4-inch barrel, 10 round or 17 round, probably, I guess, depending on where you're selling it. So that's not a bad. That's a pretty nice looking. Somebody's echoing a little bit, but that's a pretty nice looking little piece. I mean, you know what I mean? Like the back of it, I think, kind of looks like a Smith and Wesson.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought, I don't know, it just kind of piqued my interest. I was like, holy shit, they're in Central PA. I had no idea. Have to go bother them one of these days.
Road trip.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
And while if it's in Middletown, once I'm there, I could stop into 3 Mile Island, see if I could scoop up some depleted uranium, maybe, and make some rounds.
No, that's bad. You'd be surprised at how fast those guys in the clean suits can actually run. It's faster than you think.
Well, they have to.
Yeah.
No, towards you, not away.
You definitely want to be moving fast if you see those guys around you. You want to be moving quick. So yeah, I didn't know much about the Masada. Ozark says the Masada is like if Ruger made a Gen 2 American and fixed everything. Scotsman says it looks more like a Ruger. Yeah, it does kind of look like the Ruger too. Yeah,
Scotsman.
I like it. I think it looks
Everything
nicer than the Ruger. I like it better than the Ruger though. I don't know.
Heretic.
But I know a couple of people were asking if they had his out at SHOT Show, and I thought that they didn't. I thought I heard they hadn't.
When is SHOT Show?
Now, Pete, the back end of the Steyrs is much more angled. Yeah, what is the show of SHOT you keep mentioning?
Is that coming up pretty soon?
Shit show?
I mean, is that like a car show except they have just like bags of shot to show off?
Jeez, Kiki came in strong.
I think he's bringing it.
Jesus.
He didn't even play with it a little bit, just bam, right out there.
Telling everybody, babe, and
Now, Kinky, how would you like him to do that?
Ozark said Tim from Mac would still get the only cracked one. Yeah, his would fall apart on him.
No shit. Did you see
about half that guy's videos are guns that aren't running right?
Did you see his Glock 44 picture?
Yeah.
The one that he was testing the metal mags on?
With springs hanging out?
With the striker sticking out of it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Holy man.
Yeah.
Because guns at work don't sell as good. Use.
You sound a little disappointed there.
He's always disappointed.
Yeah, I know. Guy like that.
Moo, that's disappointing. Disappointing.
I'm from Michigan. Fuck off.
Nobody cares that you're in the state that can't decide whether it wants to be one or two.
That's true.
Pfeiffer said that wasn't his G44, it was a repost. Well, I saw him post something about well, maybe not. I don't know. I guess I assumed it was his because he had posted a picture of somebody else's G44 with a cracked slide.
Right.
That was pretty nasty looking.
And did you see Plinkster's video on the 44?
No, what was going on there?
Jam-o-matic.
Really?
But it's a Glock. It'll run anything.
Well, that's what boy, they.
Yeah, because people don't realize that 22 that you really cannot make a 100% reliable 22 rimfire pistol.
Correct.
Actually, they did. It's called 25 auto.
When at range day, I had it fail to fire on the last round, and when I racked it out, he picked it up and he was holding the camera, taping me shoot it, and he picks it up and holds the round up to the camera, showing that it struck the rim of the cartridge. The cartridge didn't go off. He was sure to show that.
Once again, it's rimfire.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't like some old
everybody.
Remington or Winchester 22s have like a forked firing pin, so it would strike like more than one spot to get.
I saw a gun that had that. I feel like it's a newer one, like it's a more recent firearm that has a firing pin that's
forked.
It's got split or something. I don't know.
Wait, I saw it on the Paul Harold video. Therefore, it's gospel. Do not question him and his manly goodness. And Shaq Norris pauses.
We tried to convince Gary we got to meet Paul Harold, but
he didn't believe you.
Was he there?
No.
Please bear with gunfire in the
background.
We are not at one of our training facilities, so hopefully you will not have to bear with gunfire in the background.
Yeah. Ape.
Yes.
Ape.
What?
Ask me at Obnoxious who we got the fangirl over. Just ask us.
Yeah.
Was it a man who once pissed in the tank of a semi-truck, and that semi-truck has been known ever since as Optimus Prime?
Was it Bill Brasky?
You mean it wasn't Chuck Norris?
Oh.
No. I could care less about Chuck Norris. Don't even know who that is.
All right, who'd you fangirl on?
Who'd you finger?
Fangirl.
Well, Obnoxious, but
Freddie. Did you finger Freddie?
We got to meet Doug Turnbull.
Oh yeah, I saw that. That's awesome.
Totally got to meet Doug Turnbull.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah.
Did you bitch at him for saying and tell him, hey, that GP100 you made was really nice, but I'm a real cheap ass?
No.
Is that Dave Turnbull?
I was too busy. I was too busy like fangirling and like, oh my god, it's Doug Turnbull. To say anything else. Words just wouldn't come out.
And then he peed a little bit.
Really?
I did.
So you were not the one who yelled out at him, "Please have my child," or "Let me have your baby."
That was obnoxious. That was obnoxious.
No, that was me. That was me. That was totally me.
And Sarge is just like, who the hell is Doug Turnbull? Who is this guy in a weird hat?
Why am I
Did Ironman just get his nuts cut in a vice?
I'm just laughing.
And not on purpose. And not on purpose this time.
No. It's just funny. Sarge, who the hell's this guy?
So why is it that I'm picturing the Batman and Robin meme where Batman's just backhanding Robin?
So back.
Pretty close.
That was pretty much what we both did. We shamed him. We clearly shamed him.
Shamed him hard.
Yeah.
But did you shame him fast or did you shame him slow?
Slow.
Hard. Both hard. Either way.
Hard, like what's his name? We did it hard. What's his name? Jussie Smollett or whatever. We roll hard.
Juicy. Well, this is what you got to expect from the dehydrator. He'd remember people who are juicy.
Oh, hey, good one.
So Midnight, what's this next story here?
Oh, I don't know. We'll get to it. So I found this bad boy today.
Children, we'll get to it.
That's all right. I found this bad boy today. A DUI in Pennsylvania could cost you your Second Amendment rights.
It's not the story you have up.
It's not?
No, it says Manheim Township.
Vote on pro gunshot freeze.
Shit. Hold on. I got the wrong one up here. I must have clicked the wrong one.
I got
a lot
it.
of preparation that went into this.
I'd like to thank the panel for keeping this show on track.
Mm-hmm.
So, a drunken driving conviction could mean you lose the right to buy and own firearms in Pennsylvania. The U.S. Court of Appeals has decided the precedent.
Not.
Hold on a second.
It's not a felony.
Right. I know. That's what I don't get about this. It's really weird. And she says some wording in here that I thought was really weird
Wordy.
too. The precedent-setting opinion handed down Friday hinges on the federal government's definition of a serious crime, which is really weird. I don't understand. Then it says the level a crime must reach to trigger an individual being barred from buying firearms. And let me read this, and then we'll talk about it here a little bit, because if not, we'll take forever. Under federal law, a serious crime is one that can carry a state prison sentence of 2 or more years. In the case of Raymond Holloway Jr. of Montgomery County, that came in the form of a DUI. Holloway tried in 2016 to buy a firearm and was told a 05 DUI conviction meant he was barred from doing so, according to the court opinion penned by Judge Patty Schwartz, who's obviously a D-bag. Holloway filed a lawsuit the following year suing the U.S. Attorney General, the FBI, and other officials, claiming a violation of his Second Amendment rights. I didn't even hear anything about this, or I don't remember hearing anything about this, and this is pretty interesting. Schwartz noted a prior Supreme Court ruling that described drunken drivers, specifically with a blood alcohol content much higher than the legal limit, and those who chronically drive under the influence as the most dangerous offenders. Thus, she wrote, all branches of the government agree that DUIs are dangerous, and those who present a danger may be disarmed. The decision is an overreach by the government, said Kim Stauffer, president of Firearm Owners Against Crime. Here, hold on 1 second. I'll be right back.
And the sound of silence.
What's all this silence about?
I don't know, something about apple fritters and flying headphones.
Sprinkles are for champions.
The sound of silence. Hey, Kent.
They can't have that if they can't have that. If
I was just going to say, how many people came back from shot not sick?
No.
Not sick.
Everybody. They're all dead. They're all dead.
From shot.
The shot
dead.
virus is real.
I don't know. I don't have contact with all 70,000
guys hear me?
people that were there, but I'll get back to you.
I hear you.
Huh?
No,
okay.
No, what?
Right.
Huh?
You're supposed to say nothing.
What?
Can I read this fucking article, please?
I don't know. Are you literate?
Yeah, I'm trying to.
No,
The decision is an overreach by the government. All right. Well, okay. When you guys are done, we'll read through this. Okay. The decision is an overreach by the government, said Stauffer. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
Okay.
No, forget it. We'll move on to something else. Let's talk about SHOT Show for a little bit. Jesus Christ.
No, go back to what you were saying. We all shut up. Go back. We shut up. I'm mostly just laughing at
That is
everybody
literally the exact opposite definition of shutting up.
I lost the article here. I gotta find it. Fucking hell, I lost the article now.
Heavy sigh.
All right. Okay. No, this is from a different. That's all right. We just. A serious crime triggers a firearm prohibition is defined as an offense that carries a potential state sentence of at least 2 years. Holloway first challenged the gun ban in the U.S. Middle District Court. He won at the level when Chief Judge Christopher C. Connor overturned it. The U.S. Attorney General's Office, the ATF, in an overturning Connor's ruling, Schwartz stated that drunken driving is a dangerous and often deadly crime. She noted that more people are killed by drunk drivers and are murdered in the U.S. every day. The opinion was filed by Judge Fisher, who insisted Holloway should not have been stripped of his Second Amendment right to bear arms. There is no doubt that a DUI is a significant offense, Fisher found, but he questioned whether it meets the legal definition of seriousness in the Holloway dispute. He noted Holloway received only 3 months in prison. He was like, I did see in the other article, he was like a 0.18 or something. So he was like over double the legal limit. The sentencing judge imposed the lightest penalty that the law allowed, Fisher wrote. There's a major problem with fairness as well, he contended, because some other states in the District of Columbia don't grade or punish Holloway's offense the same way as Pennsylvania. Some people convicted of an identical crime in another state would not be subject to federal gun possession prohibitions. That he found means the federal statute is actually under-inclusive in that it doesn't affect all identical offenders equally. Congress has drawn no distinction between different types of conduct. The same behavior may activate the federal gun ban or not based merely on where that behavior occurred. So, pop-ups, no thank you. Thank you very much. So what's really weird is they're using this term serious crime. What is a serious crime? You know what I mean? There's no real definition of that. And even if there was a definition of that, when you look at the 4473, it has nothing to do with misdemeanors. It says felony, felony, felony. Well, and I think it's 3 different lines. So what they're saying is they're trying to consider anything that somebody has ever ruled a serious crime as a condition to deny gun ownership or gun purchase and gun ownership, which is crazy. It's really, really wacky, man. It's almost like, if somebody in some case considers, any kind of misdemeanor serious, like, is that then going to be upheld or used by some anti-gun judge somewhere to say, well, that's a serious crime. I mean, this guy can't own guns, when they have nothing to do with, C4 says that 4473 includes misdemeanor crimes of domestic event. That's right. Actually, yeah, I did. Yeah, I don't know that it says misdemeanor. I did. I think the 44 says just domestic abuse, charged with domestic abuse. It doesn't use. I don't think it uses the word misdemeanor, and I'm not really super law savvy, so I guess I really don't know about that. But you can hop in if you want to. Obviously, you got a link, buddy. Come on in. So what do you guys think about this? I mean, I think this is actually pretty huge to me. Like, I feel like this is actually a really, really important thing to watch, because if judges have the opportunity to pick and choose whatever they consider a offense that will nullify your gun rights, that is bad for business, man. That is bad news.
Well, the problem is they're supposed to make decisions based upon the letter of the law, but as we've seen with liberal judges, they do not make decisions based on the letter or the definition of the law. They make decisions based upon their feelings and putting themselves in the situation instead of actually, being heavy-handed. Yeah, it's. And you're right. Problem.
It's funny. It's like the laws. If laws aren't specific enough, I think an important thing to do is to make laws specific, and I think you have to rule by the letter of the law, right? Isn't that how you keep things? Isn't that how you keep
rule of
things?
law for a reason. We have
sure.
the Constitution, which is the basis for all of our laws. If we don't follow any of it, what's the point in having it on the docket in the first place?
For sure. No, I totally agree, and I think it's crazy for a 4473 to say felony, this and felony that, and now you've got a misdemeanor charge of DUI. Which is it a serious thing? Yeah, it can be a really serious thing, especially when some people are really, really over the limit, and they're just some horrible things happen. People die, right? But
maybe
you
we
can't just start.
holding more
You can't
judges
just
accountable for what they for
you
how
can't
they
just
rule.
yeah, exactly. You can't just start shoveling every crime into the same and using it against gun rights.
Not every
Can't do
crime
it.
is equal.
Well,
Do
it
you
needs to
guys
become, I mean, in Oklahoma,
go ahead, Kent?
In Oklahoma, what?
in Oklahoma, your DUIs after a certain limit become aggravated DUI, and therefore that is a felony. Or I think its third offense, best I remember, was a felony DUI. But that's all I was going to say. So if you're over a certain level, it's aggravated.
Right. Same here in Ohio. What I was going to say is, do you guys remember back on the 4473 when they said, have you ever been charged with domestic violence? And they had to change that. The ATF had to go back and change the 4470. It was charged with domestic violence
instead of
convicted. Yes. Right. So, it's like all this crap that, and you're going to get turned down, back then. It's changed since, but you're going to get turned down because you were charged, even though your wife swung a baseball bat at you and you blocked it and punched her in the head to save your life. Well, you're still going to get what? Yeah. Okay. So
yeah,
a lot of gray there. A lot of gray.
Yeah. I think it's a pretty miserable precedent. I think it's really super scary. And I think it's something that hopefully will get shut down pretty damn quick. But if it doesn't, I mean, if stuff like that starts to stand in any kind of courts, man, that's bad.
Can we get on to, I don't know if we hit this before I got here, but topics of Virginia, and even though the massive rally, but they're still going to push it. What do y'all think is going to happen? What do you think is going to happen? I know that there's so many 2A sanctuary counties, and now West Virginia is saying y'all want to join us. To me, it's a proving ground. You know what I mean?
I think it is, and I think it's not just a second now too, because his sort of attack on the First Amendment with the hate speech and intimidating speech, it's illegal to use intimidating speech towards officials, which is the First Amendment. I mean, a lot of people talk about, and I've done it too, like a lot of us do. We talk about the First Amendment like it applies to everybody in every instance, and it doesn't. It's intended to be applied towards government officials, but no hateful or intimidating speech, I believe, is the wording that they use, and there's no barometer for that. That's the scary thing. Again, it's they're going to make a law that has no boundaries. It's what's in what's intimidating speech. If they pass a law like that, and people start saying you better not touch the Second Amendment, or there will be repercussions. As he see that and say, somebody like him see that and be like, oh, that's intimidating speech. I block that. That's it. That's it. This guy's got to be dealt with. There's no boundaries. There's no barometer. There's nobody out there saying like and you don't want it. That's the thing is, like we say there's nobody out there saying this is hate speech and this is not, as a judge. But who wants that? What kind of psycho would want a panel of people standing up there and having people funnel into the courtroom and say, what did you say? Or this person said this, and have them say, That's not hate speech. No, that's okay. And the next guy comes in, says almost the same thing, and they say, yeah, that's hate speech. Just lock him up or throw him take his rights away, throw him a fine, whatever. Like, that's insane. That's crazy. That's not how the United States is supposed to be run.
Well, it's a very slippery slope.
Arbitrary.
It's a very slippery slope. And, people try to construe this or this that way and word this or this that way and say, well, you said this and it meant this. And it's like, no, that's not what I meant. You know what I mean? And the whole fact that they're going to go against the First Amendment and say, you can't say that because that's hate speech. Well, no, I just said I disagreed with him. Whoa, but that's hate speech.
I heard something the other day. Somebody said there is no such thing as hate speech. There is only speech that you hate. And I was like, wow, that's really slick. That's really smart. Because, everything and anything nowadays can be construed as hate speech. And there's no boundaries, there's no borders, there's nothing to prove it either way. So it's like the court of public opinion, or the opinion goes to whoever's got the biggest say, the biggest pull, the highest person in government that can say yes, no, or they're indifferent about it. And it's bullshit.
Yeah, it's honestly, it's straight bullshit. And that's the thing. The elites are out there going, oh, well, we got to say, and people are paying attention to us, and and you got to look at Hollywood, and it's like, you look at the left-wing media and all that, and it's like, something, it's the elites out there that are propaganding this all on, mainstream media, but that's like 2% of the population and it's funny because a lot of people on the fence, they don't think like we do. We constitutionalists, pro Constitution. It doesn't matter what amendment. Second defends them all, but there's so many people out there that don't pay attention to what's going on, and they let it slip away one little right at a time and go, oh, well, that's not so bad. Maybe because I've been indoctrinated and didn't think for myself and think beyond what the politicians are pushing. Because you know what they're pushing. It's total control. And I've said it since I was 8 years old. Gun control is people control, period. So
yeah. The other thing that had me a little bit wound up, I was bitching in Budget's chat this week an awful lot. His show on Friday had me all pissed off. The other thing was
get your little doll out, and you can be the winner this week.
Yeah. Was AOC's, her stupid ass, man. Just bitch is so dumb. Her quote was, there were almost no police officers in Virginia while the rally was going on. Yeah, no shit.
No.
Because nothing was going to happen. Like that's like.
Now, let's be fair.
I was just going to say, I know for a fact.
Her ass is okay.
I know for a fact there was all kinds of LEO there. So, yeah.
Yeah, but what? Yeah, but there was. I mean, I think. Go ahead, Abe.
I said now, let's be fair. AOC's ass is not stupid. It is rather nice. The connection between her head and her mouth is stupid.
It's nice if you like crazy and socialist.
I'm thinking dirty thoughts.
Are always crazy.
I want to say I heard 2,500 police officers, but that sounds high, and that sounds like an awful lot of cops down there. But however many it was, yeah, the number of police officers. Go ahead.
How many were in the crowd? I mean, there had to be several police officers in that crowd of people. I'm sure.
Yeah. Oh, there was tons of them there. Yeah, there was tons of them that were there supporting the 2A not working right. But the however many police were in uniform there was obviously way overshadowed by the 22 or 23,000 people or however many showed up. But they didn't need. They could have probably. They probably would have had. They could have probably had 100 cops there and been fine. Nothing was going to happen. Nothing did happen. Nobody didn't do anything because cops were there. You know what I mean? Like the difference between having 100 cops and 1,000 cops is that's not what made the difference. What makes the difference is everybody that was attending that rally and lobby day was there to be on their best behavior and to prove that they're good citizens. And just comment is it's so dumb. It makes no damn sense. Like how could you give a shit how many cops were at an event like that when nothing happened? Like why does it even matter how many cops are there? She's trying to use it. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, you know why nothing happened, because Northam put up that fence and signed that emergency order. That's why nothing happened. If he hadn't done that, it would have happened.
Oh, yeah. That just secured it all.
Yeah.
Let's pass another law.
You know, if... Yeah. It's, that one just bothers me. It's trying to find... She's trying to find racism in it, saying that it's because the crowd was predominantly white, the cops weren't worried about it. It's just, Seven Wonders says, I heard AOC completely differently from me. I heard her say there were thousands of cops there. She said that's why there was no violence. I don't know what I'm not sure what you're saying.
Yeah,
I'm not sure what am I missing there.
He heard that from you, thousands of cops. No, there wasn't.
I don't know how many there were. I heard a number of how many uniformed police officers were working, and I want to say I heard it was like 2,500, but it could have been far less than that. I don't know. But it's funny. It's almost like having any event and nothing bad happening, and then dogging the event for not having enough staff there. I mean, it doesn't make any sense to me.
No, the left is trying to put their best face on it by saying, oh, nothing happened because of what we did. It's not because, what do they say, 60,000 people or whatever can actually come and air grievances peacefully.
Yeah, I mean, in all truthfulness, if something was going to happen, what are even 10,000 cops going to do whenever you have 60,000 people there? Absolutely nothing.
Right.
They're going to be a speed bump.
I was just going to make the same statement. You couldn't go onto the grounds armed, but the mass majority of that crowd was outside the grounds, and they were armed. And yeah, the cops had this and they had that, but if we really, as 2A supporters want to go, it's an uprising, they would be so outnumbered, it'd be ridiculous. But, it's funny that the mainstream media, God, they were dying. They were dying for something to go bad. They were just, and it didn't. It all went peaceful because that is who we are. We're not there to, it was a peaceful protest. And unfortunately, Virginia's still going to pass dumb laws. And I'm still waiting to see how much more bigger West Virginia gets at this point. Yeah.
Seven is saying, I know there weren't many cops there, but someone posted a video of her saying there was no violence because there were thousands of cops there. Okay. Well, that's a different. That's
they're
a
trying to
different
spin it into their.
Yeah. I don't know. I'd be interested to. Has anybody else heard that? Because the way I heard it, the way that I heard it, she was making the comment that there wasn't many cops there, as if it was like a racist thing almost, like, oh, they hardly had any cops there because it's all white people. You know what I mean? And because she brought up Ferguson, I think it was Ferguson, right? Where, it was like SWAT teams everywhere and everybody in riot gear and MRAPs and shit because the crowd was predominantly black. And they were assuming that there was going to be, some violence, where because these were a bunch of white guys. They didn't think there would be violence, so it was like a racist thing to not have so many cops there. I don't know. I'd be interested to hear if you guys heard it a different way. I'd be interested to hear it.
My view on this.
Just heard the stuff from Northam.
My
taking
view
credit because
Northam.
Are you out of sync or am I out of sync?
I think we're both out of sync. Go ahead, brother.
I think the whole world is out of sync, but that's just me.
Well, then if the whole world is out of sync, wouldn't we all be in sync? Not the band. They suck.
That's true.
I'm going to sell my new girlfriend.
Bye.
Yeah, I don't remember how that song goes.
You'd be Justin Bieber.
Easy there, buddy.
Vice
Them's
got him
fighting
again.
words. You know, there's a little release button on the Vice grips.
Ouch.
Yeah, but sometimes it has to get tighter before it releases.
Personal experience?
What else we got here?
The man who sliced open his own foot while scratching it.
Yeah, that's tough to play that one down. It's tough to play that one down.
You sliced open your what?
Sam of Anarchy said, unknown user mentioned seeing footage of police snipers on rooftops. I don't doubt it. I mean, I wouldn't. If people say that was true, I wouldn't say that they're full of shit. I wouldn't.
Hold on. I have to ask, were they Korean?
Are there any Koreans reading it?
Night Strike? I'm going to tell you something.
Why wouldn't
buddy.
they have snipers on the rooftop? They literally have snipers in the Super Bowl.
I was just asking because I heard those guys were really good snipers.
Listen, Night Strike. Listen, everybody, hold on a second. I got to say something. Night Strike? How's a good one, buddy? I like that.
Okay.
How's a good one?
Snipers in the basement.
But in AOC's opinion, there weren't many cops there. How does she explain the lack of violence? Is she admitting that most pro 2A folks are reasonable and peaceful? Yeah, she's saying shit just to say shit. She's sitting up on stage, and the dude that was interviewing was a dumbass too.
Well, I mean, she is facing actual challenge for getting reelected, so it's kind of I gotta stay in the spotlight so people will vote me in, so I don't have to go back to tending bar.
Y'all
That's
realize AOC was she applied for the job of candidate for a party, and that's how she got elected. She fit the bill. She's not a politician. She fit the bill. Do a little research, and the whole AOC spewing all the garbage. It's like, oh, the left and the dumbasses that don't think for themselves just eat it up. And I'm like, man, y'all might want to do a little research on who you voted for, but they don't care. They're happy in their little unicorn society.
Not anymore. Ever since she spoke up against the Amazon deal, they've been pissed. They're like, hey, wait a minute. That was money out of our pockets.
Yeah, I'm hoping they're paying attention. So,
seriously, Midnight. You trying to be shouldn't that roof have like a U on it? Woof.
I hit send, and as soon as I hit send, I was like, holy shit, look at that spelling.
What was that supposed to even say?
But you know what? And it's good.
Word star.
Well, what I was gonna say, but you know what? As soon as I looked at it, I was like, wow, if Snob was ever going to phonetically spell the word Koreans, I bet that's how he would spell it. Koreans.
Wait a minute, isn't it Coreeans?
It's AOCREA.
Snob. I need you in your best Oklahoma voice to say Koreans right now.
Korean?
That's racist.
Say it.
Korean?
See? Koreans. See?
Right,
Koreans.
You're right.
What did I start?
I thought
now you didn't start anything. You just brought up something from the 90s. I mean, you're in the 20th century. Everybody knows that the pocket Koreans are the best Koreans.
Okay. Pocket Koreans. Rough Koreans.
Rufus Green.
Roof Koreans. Seven Wonders says, now that I think about it, we might have seen different interviews. She probably forgot what
Somebody
she said
forgot
earlier.
to wind her up between takes.
Let's see if I'm back in sync.
Yeah,
Because I was
actually
trying
wound
to
down.
think it was like everything was totally out of sync. I'm seeing if I refreshed if it helps.
Wait, did you say you wound her up in between
Okay.
dicks?
And she wound her up in the sink.
Which
he said.
you know, if that's what you're
There you
into,
go.
I
But
mean,
she's doing the dishes.
you're a freak.
Yeah, I
but
was
That's cool.
wondering about that wound up comment too. What?
Wound up dick of the week.
Did he
Roof
just
crayons?
say crayons?
Oh! I got a really off topic question, but this is important.
Roof
for you.
Karens.
Everybody mute.
So,
Uh-huh. Yeah.
so I'm walking through SHOT Show and I hear these dudes talking, and they're like, "What
I
the
doubt.
fuck do
Okay,
you
so
call
you were
a-
riding
what
your
the fuck do you-"
scooter.
Yes.
No,
yes.
No, he was
Pulling
on
my
his
cart.
yeah.
Snob would not shell out for a scooter because he's too cheap to buy a Kimber Tesla Bel Air for Karen.
I did see a Tesla charging there at SHOT Show, but anyways, these two dudes are standing there and they're pretty much yelling back and forth, laughing. You know, it could have been me and Obnoxious or me and Sarge or one of us because you know we're hideous like that too.
By the way,
anyways,
They're all
I'm
hard
going to
hearing.
interrupt you just for a second here.
you
If
son of a
you're
bitch.
actually in the law enforcement room and you're trying to get a hold of a certain C4 defense we know, do not yell Sarge.
Yeah, do not yell Sarge. It does not work out well.
20 people turn
Literally
around and
everyone
look
in
at
the
you.
room turns around. Like, whoop.
You should have just yelled
Sarge.
Craig.
No. The one with the apple fritter. No, not you. Sit back down. The one who got zapped. Yeah, the one from freaking North Carolina. Thank you. There's only 20 of you. I can deal with you.
That guy with a big mustache. Yeah, you.
Oh, no, these two dudes are standing there talking and they're like, what the fuck do you call a male Karen? That guy was a male Karen. I was like, oh my God, I have to save this for the closer so we can find out what you call a male Karen.
Male Karen.
You mean a post office worker? A federal employee?
No.
Yeah.
I would think if a male Karen, you would. I think Doug would be a good one because I could see somebody saying like, a fucking Doug out here wants wants his burger medium rare with no blood in it. Well, tell Doug to go fuck himself. He's an idiot.
Doug
Well, I
wants
walked
the
up to the
MRAP
guys
to
and
run on
said Travis,
biodiesel.
but
Yeah, there you go.
Not like a Yancey or a Phillip.
Yeah. Or Todd. Todd would be a good
two
one. Todd
Ds.
and Karen.
2 Ds.
But- we got
Well,
Todd
Todd
the
would definitely-
tourist.
Yeah, we got Todd the tourist already. So
Todd the tourist. Doug.
Yeah, he's out there in the
He's out
chat
there in the
somewhere.
Yeah. Oh wow.
Todd just ordered a onion
Onion rings, no batters.
salad, no onion.
Well, after
onion,
hearing
no
obnoxious
batter.
after hearing obnoxious order at Starbucks, it may be Adam. Maybe what you call a male Karen.
I want
You
to
shut your
garden
dirty
salad
mouth.
with. I want to
You
garden
son
salad
of a bitch.
Look at Ozar Guillaume's comment. Roof
There's nothing
Karen's
wrong
throwing
with the quad
soccer
venti
equipment
soy
at you.
white chocolate mocha no whip. There's nothing wrong with that whatsoever.
First of all, there is something very wrong. You guys went to Starbucks.
It's delicious.
Yeah, what the hell?
It's delicious though.
You couldn't go down to the 5 and 10 and get some street fudge and some warm milk and call it good.
I'm not getting
What,
any
was Dunkin'
street
Donuts
cred.
closed?
No, Starbucks is literally in the sands.
I want
Oh, is that why Yankee was there trying to get Pink into his room?
Mhm.
Chad's a good one. Surviving Gamer, that's a new name. How you doing, buddy?
Wait a minute. You said Yankee. Were there midget tranny hookers there? Oh,
just Pink.
oh,
It was
okay.
Vegas.
Yeah, I was going
It
to
was
say it's
Vegas.
Vegas.
I mean,
so-
a couple of
some-
chats he did from his room, we didn't see any bodies, so it's kind of hard to tell.
After,
Pink did some pretty bitchin'.
There.
it was more of a rosé.
Pink had some really good food poured on his
Who's that?
Instagram.
Oh
Pink.
yeah,
Pink
Mm-hmm.
nice. Did he have seven?
had
Did he
some
have
pictures
7
from
shots
Edge.
of ranch dressing on the side of the house salad?
No, there was no ranch left. You guys are drunk at all.
Street fudge.
Give me another one. Give me another one.
Are you guys saying you drank the Red Lobster dry of ranch dressing?
Not us.
Yes,
Nope,
they
not
did.
us.
So was it like in a Was it like in an old Western where they're like, "We think you've had enough, sir," and he's like, "You don't tell me when I've had enough. I'll tell you when I've had enough." He slams it down.
Give me the bottle.
Maybe Gizzard's not sick. Maybe he's just hungover. Ranch. He's got a ranch hangover.
Are we sure that Gizzard made it home and didn't end up at the Bunny Ranch?
No, he made it home. I was texting.
Well, he
him
made it back to
ago.
Oklahoma because I let him out of his car in Oklahoma, so I don't know where he went from there.
Wait a minute! You
There's
just
a-
like
isn't
you
there a
just
chicken
like hit the
there's a
state
chicken
line
ranch
and
too,
told him,
right?
"Okay, tuck and roll,
No.
go
Get out.
go! I'll UPS your stuff back. You've had the
The
walking farts ever since.
The ranch will save you.
Are you sure he didn't get the bird flu?
Oh,
He's been spreading it all over the place. All right, so here's let's get back to. I got another article here. Yeah, well, yeah, it's fine. Let me clickificate it here.
Oh, this is the one we saw earlier.
Mannheim Township to
yeah.
vote on. Yeah, I had clicked on this one earlier on gun-free school zones petition. So we can categorize. Budget might even want to put this under on his show for moron of the week. Mannheim Township commissioners are scheduled to vote Monday on a controversial proposal that, if approved, would allow gun shop-free school zones, as well as a ban on outdoor signage displaying guns within the zone. The petition, brought by Lancaster County Day School, Hamilton Road, would not allow gun shops within 1,000 feet of a school. Officials with the school have said they were prompted to seek the buffer after the gun gallery relocated to the former. Look at that name, Rife Snyder's.
You want me to say it?
It's Rife Snyder's piano store on Dillerville Road, just a few hundred yards from the school. The gun store, now closed, relocated right around the time of a school shooting in Parkland, Florida, that killed 17 and in February 18. School officials mentioned the shooting as well as ongoing concerns for school safety during a hearing on the petition in September. Nearby Franklin and Marshall College is also in favor of the proposal. Joshua Cohen, the attorney representing Lancaster County Day, said he is optimistic the commissioners will approve the proposal. We continue to believe it is beneficial to the students. Critics have raised free speech concerns on the gun signage restriction, and a gun rights group threatened legal action if commissioners approve the proposal. The Township Planning Commission recommended approval of the school buffer for gun shops in August, but rejected the gun signage prohibition component. Former Commissioner Al King told LNP in December passage of the petition as is would attract lawsuits on free speech grounds. Cohen said he was confident in the legality and the constitutionality of the school's proposal. This is from January 24th, so
So gun
Old
shops
news.
are now the same as like.
I have a question, Midnight.
Yep.
Or liquor stores.
Okay. They're talking
Good
about
point.
Lancaster, Pennsylvania, right?
Well, if you're going to say it right. It's Lancaster.
I don't care how you say
Lancashire.
it, but it's
Yeah,
in
it's-
Pennsylvania, right?
Yes, sir. Yep, Lancaster. Yeah.
And am I correct
Make your Amish joke. Hurry up.
in saying that Pennsylvania has a preemption law?
Yes, they do. So yeah, and that's
so actually putting any of these laws in place would violate said preemption law, would it not?
I don't know. See, I don't know what the federal government says about how
Well, that's just zoning.
right. Like I don't really know much about it. That's why, it's nice to bring something like this up just to see if
Well, I thought that's for guns in school or within 1,000 feet of a school. That's federal.
I'm going to say this, that, I grew up in an era where gun stores were everywhere. They were, I could walk to my high school 300 yards away and be in a gun store, and I was good friends with them guys.
True, but wasn't that also the time where a gun store was, it's also the Western Auto or it's the 5 and 10?
That was just a little bit before my time. I was born in '66, so coming into of age where I could buy blah blah blah. But in this whole within 1,000 yards of a school because it's going to stop. It ain't going to stop shit. This is another law that's not going to do anything. Plain and simple. It's not going to do anything.
No. It's going to do something. It's one more thing to push guns away from being normalcy. It's going to be. It's going to be. Oh yeah, you want a gun? You got to go like behind this curtain in the back in this dark video store to get what you want, kind of thing. It's not something that a normal, upstanding member of society would ever dare. Ever.
Normal people don't go behind the curtain in the video store.
Hell no, we had high-speed internet.
Hey, I have a serious question. I need all these people in the room to answer this for me, okay?
Yeah, go ahead, Night Strike. What's up?
Okay. When did America lose its balls?
A while ago. They've just been they've just been tightening the rubber band around them.
No. America is losing it. It is literally lost its balls. So I think Armament's here's the oldest one here. Armament, when did that happen?
I'm saying mid-90s. Mid-90s to me is when things started going progressively the other way. Like I said, I grew up this whole 2A, pro Constitution, and I shot a 1911 45 when I was 8, and that would have been I don't know. Yeah, I'm just a pinch older than a boomer, but or a pinch younger. Excuse me.
No, we heard it right. You're a pinch older than a boomer. Okay,
I'm younger. Anyway, dude, I've been watching this stuff for so many years, and it's like the political spectrum of everything that's going on, and they take this little piece from there and this little piece from there, and they try and weave it a different way, and then they come up with some new synopsis of why this. And it's like people have gotten dumbed down. That's just my thought on it. People have gotten dumbed down. They're not paying attention to what's really going on. And if they don't wake up that, all your constitutional rights are going to be null and void because you were too stupid to pay attention. That's my view.
But people shouldn't have rights because they use those rights to hurt people, and no one wants to hurt people.
Yes. Oh, Squib, come on! You're making my point. Thank you, brother.
Who's what?
The what? Who? When?
Ground control to Major Tom.
Who are you talking about? Squib's not here.
Karen, you're drunk. Go home.
Closing time.
How unsober are you?
Yes, how unsober are you?
Hey, that's my question.
Yes, but it's my trademark phrase. So either get a nickel or bugger off.
Oh, so
damn it! I'm reading too many things right now. Sorry, I'm like reading this comment and over there and this. I got 5
You cannot
windows
multitask.
Open. Sorry,
Mr. Hydrator. You cannot multitask. Or you are not a woman. Well, way to go. He was in witness protection, but you just gave away his real name. Thanks a lot.
Yes. Hey, thank you for getting it right, because it was such a joke.
Next thing you know, A&A is going to be moving in with into Midnight's territory, living on an Amish commune.
There you go. Well, one thing too with this is the gun store is
shunned, though. I'll get shunned.
The gun store is now closed too. It says so. It's kind of a moot point. This is probably going to go through. It's probably going to happen because there is really nobody going to be fighting it because there's no gun store within that area anymore. But how, like, federally, what is the school gun free zone? Is it in 100 feet or within a couple 100 feet of a school, or what is it? Do you guys know?
I don't know, but my son's high school, they literally practice skeet shooting on school property behind the bus barn.
That shouldn't be allowed.
Right there at
That's
the school.
No child should ever have to learn where baby buses come from.
I was just going to make the comment that when I was going to school, there was shooting teams for the school. We had skeet shooting and target
Still have
shooting.
'em.
Not much around here, but when I worked for the gun store in the 90s, the local school, very small town, had a shooting team, and I talked to the coach of the shooting team, and I seen what was going on, and we talked politics, and that's why we don't have a shooting team there anymore, because politics. Just stupid. People are so, I don't know, man. It aggravates me that a lot of people live in their little utopian bubble and don't realize what's going on around them big enough to go, yeah, you might want to just make sure you protect yourself, kind of thing. And that I see so much of it. And like I said, I'm 53. I've been watching this for so long, and I'm like, y'all ain't paying attention, are you? Aggravating.
There's a shooting in Germany today. If anybody, I haven't read up on it. I saw it happen, but armament access ruined the shooting teams.
Goddamn Germans got nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
Goddamn Germans ain't got nothing to do with it. That's for sure.
Just did a quick look on congress.gov/bill.
Right.
As far as the 1991 gun-free or schools being gun-free zones, it is within a distance of 1,000 feet from the grounds of a public school. So,
so it's 1,000 feet away from wherever yeah, it's not the school itself; it's where the grounds are, huh?
It's the grounds, and I don't know whether this is something federally or just here in Minnesota. Anytime a school-sanctioned function, whether it's just that school or the here it would be like the Minnesota High School League or something like that, that then becomes school grounds.
Mm-hmm.
So how do we get by with practicing skeet shooting on the school grounds? Because
there are exceptions for that. Which
school other than so I think it always says like other than school sanctioned events or something like that,
or school sanctioned activities or something of the sort,
Mm-hmm.
which is good because actually skeet shooting is the fastest growing high school league sport in the state of Minnesota for the last 2 years. So hopefully not all hope is lost.
Night Strike's going to bed.
Night strike.
Night strike.
Night strike.
Strike it.
Nighty night strike.
So there's been a ton of talk about 5.7 by 28, especially like the Ruger thing really set off like a lot of talk. People are like, "Oh, is 5.7 going to start becoming popular? Is 5.7, And I found this article. It says CMMG doubles down on 5.7 by 28. CMMG has taken 5.7 by 28 to a whole new level with the release of the 5.7 AR conversion mag. This innovative new mag holds 40 rounds of 5.7 by 28 and is designed to fit and function in a mil-spec AR-15 lower.
Nice.
I hate to interrupt because I know how you don't like that.
You don't.
But I had a guy in my comments tell me that 5.7 is a dead round. It's for nothing but hipsters, and that they should just give up. It's another fail by Ruger that they released a 5.7. So I'm just saying the experts have spoken.
So my question: what other failures by
wrong?
Ruger did he list? Was it like say the GP100 or the single six?
I mean, if he would have said the American, the Ruger American.
I'm just curious on who this idiot that said, "Oh, the 5.7, blah blah blah." And
I'm looking through his comments here. It was the_D_hydrator.win.
Whatever, dude.
I don't want to interrupt, but I just want to tell you that the experts in the YouTube comments have spoken.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
so clearly you shouldn't even cover this story now.
Yeah.
Fortunately, I don't care because I have a 41 Magnum, and that's more dead than 5.7. So
Oh, Magnum is one of the greatest rounds ever.
And honestly, really, how many rounds over the years? 41 Magnum, awesome. 38 Super, awesome. They never caught on. I can say this: that 5.7 28, it's impressive. In a little pistol, it's a mini rifle cartridge. It's impressive. So I think it's great that Ruger came out with it, and now CMMG
I think so.
and everybody
No,
else.
I think it.
yeah, because before you only had really two options as far as pistol. Well, you had one actual pistol, the FN57, and then the people who make the Mac clones, who are they down in like? Anyway, yeah, they made one in 5.7 by 28, and then you had the super expensive AR uppers that actually took the P90 magazines. But yeah, hopefully Ruger making it will make Ruger making a pistol chambered in it that's not $1,000 plus.
Right.
You got the new Diamondback. The new Diamondback shot freaking awesome.
Nobody cares about Diamondback.
All right.
Yeah, well,
all
you know,
right.
he got to
I
shoot
meant to derail. I meant to derail this for like 10 seconds tops and let Midnight get through his
Yeah,
game.
No
wait a
better.
minute,
Any chance to derail? We are going to be doing donuts.
Well,
Damn train.
I do have a question. I do have one little question here.
Yes,
As
sir.
it says, this innovative new magazine holds 40 rounds of 5.7 and is designed to fit and function in mil-spec AR-15 lower when paired with the CMMG 5.728 radial delayed blowback upper receiver. I know what a roller delayed is. What is a radial delayed blowback?
Okay.
What is that?
You know how a regular AR-15 bolt is. It's got all those splines and it rotates in. What they've done is, instead of it being like a direct blowback, they've taken the receiver extension and the bolt, and instead of it being like where the back of your bolt and the front of your receiver extension locking areas are flat, to where the only way that they move out of or unlock is by the carrier pulling on the bolt and rotating it. The back surfaces are angled slightly so that the pressure on just the bolt will cause it to slowly unlock and then push it back. Kind of know what I mean, Vern?
Kind of, sort of, yeah. I mean, I'll have to see if I can find like a diagram or something later. Be interesting to look.
Take a look at Iraqi veteran 8888 video when he did the meltdown of one of their guns. It shows they've got a fancy little computer graphic on how their radial delayed blowback works.
Cool, excellent. The appeal of the 788 is that it is a small caliber, high velocity. You know, we all know what that is. The conversion mag is ideal for anyone who has a mil-spec AR-15 and wants to shoot 5.7. That's kind of an obvious statement. The process of converting an AR-15 to shoot 5.7 is simple and quick. Attach the upper, insert the mag, and, well, I guess that's it. I don't really know why they even, using CMMG recommends using a standard carbine buffer and action spring to reliably cycle the action in this configuration. One of the greatest benefits of using the conversion is that it allows shooter to enjoy the advantages of the patented radial delayed blowback operating system without the need for proprietary lowers. Radial delayed blowback has quickly become the gold standard for pistol caliber carbines, primarily due to the reduction in felt recoil versus direct blowback. Okay, cool. CMMG offers a complete line of firearms in Banshee and Resolute models that are designed for 5.7 AR conversion mags. Each is built with Mark IV lower and dedicated by 28 radial delayed blowback upper receiver, and shipped with one mag. Conversion mag.
So will they be like selling them gets for converting mags as a separate item?
Yeah, it says, see, that's one of the things I was just kind of scanning for anything else here. For gun builders, they will offer the by 28 bolt and barrel kits in 5, 8, and 16-inch barrels. The bolt and barrel kits will be compatible with CMMG Mark 57 lowers as well as AR-15 lowers, and when used with the conversion mag. The conversion mag will be sold both as a single unit and in packs of 3 to reliably feed and shoot by 28 ammo. The MSRP for the 5.7 AR conversion mag is $40, and a 3-pack of $100. They're taking pre-orders now, limited lifetime warranty, and CMMG started in Missouri in 2002. Blah blah blah. That's pretty cool. And I'll tell you what, that would be an AR in that caliber out of, like, what did they say they're selling? 5, 8, and 16. An 8-inch barrel. An 8-inch barrel with that would be a great little truck gun.
8-inch barrel is about what the PS90s had, or the P90s.
Were they that short?
Yeah, they were. They were
like either an 8 or a 10.
I wonder what.
Yeah, remember, it's a bolt up.
I wonder how long.
I'm just going to say, I can tell you, don't shoot a PS90 in flip flops because the brass comes out the bottom and burns your toes. Been there, done it.
I'm glad we got that information.
Yeah, there you go.
And you also do not want to do that with the AR uppers that take the same magazines, because it shoots them out the mag, or shoots the empties out the mag well.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Which, if you're smart, you could put an old magazine in there and have yourself a little brass baggie.
There you go. I wonder what the optimal length barrel is for the burn rate of the 28, the 5x7x28. I wonder, because
I'm going to say it's probably going to be the barrel length that FN came up with for the P90.
Dude, that Midnight, that's an awesome thought. I'm thinking, because you can shoot any caliber out of whatever barrel length, but that little 5.7 it's a mini rifle round, almost a pistol, but yet what is the optimal barrel length?
At some point, it runs out of powder. So I mean, if you would run that in a 16, it says 16-inch barrel, and you do that so that you can consider it a rifle, and I understand that. Yeah. Well, but I mean, does it stop?
As a reloader, I know that little round, because I've researched it. I haven't bought one yet. I want to, but I know it's using a pistol. It's a slower burning pistol powder, so it's going to burn up in a short barrel quick. But what's the optimal barrel length for that round?
Well, the P90 comes standard with a 10.39-inch barrel.
Okay.
And let's see, muzzle velocity doesn't give us out of which barrel, though.
I wonder how much it slows it down to be in a 16-inch barrel versus a 10 or a 10-inch barrel, and a little 10-inch barrel pistol in 5.7x28 would be a great little, with a brace on it, would be a great little
CQB.
gun.
And here,
great CQB. Yep.
I'm not. Actually, I'm trying to think. Yeah, might not be on the CMMGs, but the 5.7 uppers that take the P90 magazines. The whole mechanism actually is all within the uppers, so the your buffer tube becomes superfluous. So if you get one of those AR lowers that doesn't have the cutout for it, and just like the little pick rail on the back, so you can have yourself a folding brace.
That's a nice. I don't know. I think it's great to see the industry get behind the round a little bit, because it is a fun little round, man. It's just like the 17 HMR or whatever, the little tiny guys, the neck down 22 basically. It's such a cool little round, man. I don't own one, but man, whenever I see the bullets, the rounds for a 17, I'm like, look at these cool little things, man. How neat is that?
Let me imagine Midnight.
17,
Here's
but
my
that's
impersonation of Midnight when he sees one. He's like, "Oh, look at that cute little
Yeah.
bullet! It's so cute."
It's like a bullet, only smaller.
Fine here.
Yeah.
All right, guys, I gotta go to bed.
See
Later.
you, buddy.
Hey, man.
Night, Stubby.
No.
Ozark wants to do a 50 AE neck down to a 22.
Go for it, man. It's free country.
Well, 50 AE is what the Beowulf is parented as, right? The Beowulf has a 50 AE parent.
The 50 Beowulf is a 50 AE on steroids. It's like the maximum length 50, but it uses a 7.62 by 39 rim. It's weird. My buddy's got one. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
There's your 17 HMR right there. Midnight.
Hold on, let me get back here. Oh yeah, look at that little fella.
Yeah. Not this little fella. This little fella.
Advantages and disadvantages over 17 and 5. Yeah, 5.7. One's rim fired and the other's center fired, and we all know center fired works better, but
There you go, Midnight. That's off 17 Super Mag.
then again, people
there you
argue over 25 ACP, and I'll say I'd rather have a 22 because I shot a 25 ACP at a 2x4 and it bounced off and it hit me in the leg. I went, well, that ain't gonna do much good.
Oh, interesting fun fact.
Yeah,
25 ACP and the 5.7 share the same bolt face diameter.
yes, they do.
Because I was looking in to see what the bolt face diameter would be, because I think that the 5.7 would make an excellent little varmint gun.
Oh, it would.
Hint, hint. Ruger. Hint, hint. 1022 form factor. Hint, hint.
Fine. It's funny because over the years, as a reloader, and I look at the dimensions of cartridges, and I don't know how many cartridges out there were based on the 30-06, trimmed down 308, this 240. Yeah,
don't even start with. First of all, 308. You got the 270. You got the 44 auto mag. You got the 338.06. You got the 40
243. Yeah, blah 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 blah.
43 is a 308.
Yeah, and it's funny because you mentioned that it's like. And actually I got one right here. I should get my mics out, and I'm looking at it and going, yeah, you're exactly right. That's a fucking 25 caliber long case, neck down to interesting.
Actually, the 50 Beowulf does not have a parent. 50 Action Express parent case, but everything else about the case is proprietary. That's why it's never taken.
Like I said, my buddy, he bought one, and he researched it. And he said, "Look, this is like the 50 Action Express on steroids, but it's not based. It's not. Yeah, it's not based on that case because it uses a rebutted head, which is the 7.62 by 39. So it's like." Okay, I get it, but no, the 50 Beowulf is 50 Action Express on fucking steroids.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
No, the guy that comments out in the chat.
The guy that comments.
No, they are the same as, and they are someone basically trying to stuff a bigger, fatter bullet into an AR-15 platform. The 458 uses bullets that are made originally for the 4570 government. The 450 Bushmaster was a joint venture between Hornady and Bushmaster for a straight-walled case for use in states and counties that only allow straight-wall casing for deer hunting. And the 50 Beowulf was kind of okay. Hold my beer.
Ooh, look out! Look out!
I'm looking.
Red Rocket. Don't you be pointing your red rocket at us. So Midnight. Speaking of
this way is fine.
Speaking of the 50 Beowulf being a proprietary cartridge, what do you think was the impetus for Ruger to come out with this? Do you think FN held a patent on the cartridge or had royalties on the cartridge for a certain amount of time?
I'll tell you what, though. I mean, okay, so you got Ruger coming out with this, which people seem to be really excited about. I am too. I never wanted anything to do with 5x7x28. And now Ruger's coming out with something affordable. I was like, wow, that'd be cool to have. If Federal starts making 5x7x28 in like American Eagle, but like in the cheap American Eagle.
No, they do make American Eagle 5x20 or 5.7x28. Yeah, they have for like the last 2 years or so.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, and now Spear is coming out. Spear is coming out with a gold dot personal protection ammo for it. They don't know when.
If you can get Winchester white box and that Spear and American Eagle competing, and the ammo comes down in price, I think it'll take off. I think it really will. I think it's such a cool little thing.
I remember for a time, not back when it like right away came out, but kind of like a couple years after it came out, you could get the FN branded 5.7 with the 40 grain VMAX for like $15 to $20 for a box of 50. And then they kind of started going back up in price, but everyone, well, at least on the internet, and of course the internet is the largest sounding board in the known universe, we're bitching because, we don't get the fancy ammo. Why would you want that? Its only purpose is for penetrating armor, and we can't even have the good ammo. Even though the full metal jacket stuff works.
Yeah, if they put that out, if Spear puts out, what would they? I mean, would that be their gold dot line? I guess, right?
Yes, they're putting out gold dot,
LEO gold dot or whatever it is.
Actually, I think Paul Harrell did a test on here's a box of 38 125 grain plus P Spear gold dot. Here's a box of 125 grain Spear gold dot plus P LE. And the results were the same. It's just that the LEs come in boxes of 50 rather than boxes of 20 or 25. So
here, let me pull up an article. Here, we'll look at the ballistics of it.
Okay, hold on. I'm pulling up.
Oh, they got it on Target Sports here. Target Sports USA, $350 for. Well, it's out of stock.
Don't screen share that on YouTube. I'm just looking at.
Don't screen share your porn.
Yeah. Now, just looking at Midway here, they have 2 listings for the 5.7x28 right now, and it's Federal American Eagle 40 grain and the FN 40 grain VMAX. The VMAX is going to run you $25 for a box of 50, and the American Eagle is going to run you $21 for a box of 50. So, it's about the same price. The American Eagle is about the same price as not junk or not bargain basement 45 auto, but about what 45 auto would run, or regular ball ammo would run you.
Target's the place I would buy my Target Sports USA is a place that I've used before to buy cases. $350 for 500 rounds, 40 grain. They don't say anything here. Let me go back. I'm interested to see the ballistics on it.
The American Eagle or the VMAX? You look at the American Eagle, I'll bring up the VMAX.
Yeah, I'm looking at the Spear Gold Dot.
Okay, they've got
self-defense.
It might not be out yet because while they've sent out they've got it listed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, go ahead.
Bonded bullet. Suggested retail price is $52, but that's way higher than even, it was $34 for one box on that site that I just found. So I mean, it's obviously,
Well, you know,
and they
the
don't
whole
say
thing-
anything about ballistics, which is stupid.
well, here's the thing. Like a couple weeks ago, or like a week before SHOT, when Ruger announced this, of course, 22 Plinkster had one of the pre-production models, and Spear sent him a total of 5 engineering prototypes of that ammo. And according to Plinkster, he said, "I can't do any ballistic tests for you. I can't chronographic or anything because they're still trying to, get the special sauce just right for this." But he just held it up to the camera and said, "See, that's a gold dot, and it was actually like a tiny hollow point. It wasn't like a soft point or a expanding point like their regular rifle ammo is. They're making it for how much ammo in a George, both the FN57 and the Ruger 57, their standard capacity mags is 20 rounds, and that's kind of the whole appeal of a handgun in 5.7 is you've got a lot of very low recoiling, high velocity ammo. It's the whole thing dates or goes back to the whole P90 of something very light, very rapid firing as a personal defense weapon that was also meant to pierce, at the time, standard Soviet body armor, which was Kevlar and like 2 millimeters of titanium plate.
I can say that
the individual rounds are not meant to be, it's the individual round. It's not meant to be a, 50 Action Express man stopper one shot. It's meant to be a swarm of angry hornets coming at a person, and very controllable to where, okay, it took 10 rounds to do the job, but they all stayed on man-sized target at 100 meters.
I was just going to say the same thing. That 5.7 round is a close quarter combat round that's going to get the job done, not over penetrate, and I'm hoping it catches on. And as a reloader, I'm hoping it catches on more, because if I buy one, I'm definitely going to reload for it, because I reload for everything I shoot. But it's a very interesting little round. I'm excited, and for Ruger to bring out the 57, I'm like, oh. Speaking of which, this is like totally off topic. What about PSA coming out with a total Glock clone that is like more awesome than a Glock for $299 MSRP, which means you're going to get Glock for like $200.
You're going to be getting a Glock-like pistol, which, in all fairness,
I'm just saying, I'm curious. I just seen it come out, and I'm like,
Smith & Wesson already did that.
But
look, if like, say, for the first 6 months or the first year, people get them in their hands and there's nothing wrong with them, they function, or they function well enough for a $300 or a $250 Glock knockoff, I think PSA is going to do okay. I don't think they're going to sell gangbusters, because the market's already flooded with, oh, it's another plastic Wundernine that takes Glock mags. Okay. But I think it's an incremental step in the right direction for them. They're already selling their own 80% or 80% lowers for Glocks. Actually, it could be a way of them hedging their bets of, well, we were selling these 80%ers for like $50 or so, but if they decide no, people can't do the whole 80% thing anymore, then it's, well, we're stuck with the mold, we're stuck with the cost of the tooling and the setup and everything, so we can just manufacture them ourselves and just undercut Glock. Assuming Gaston doesn't lawyer up.
No, I was just going to say that, maybe PSA will build a gun just as good as a Glock, and build it for a lot cheaper and price it where a Glock should be priced.
Well, Glocks are priced where they should be priced if you're buying 100 of them for your local PD.
Dude, you just made my point. You made my point. And this is the thing. Everybody's like, Glock, 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 Glock. Look, they make an awesome, dependable pistol. And you know why PDs buy them?
Because they give them an excellent deal on them, but then kind of make their money on the service plans.
Yeah, and you know, I've seen a lot of videos. You know, I watch a lot of videos of, you know, cop shootouts and this and that, and I've seen Glocks jam, and people are like, "Oh no, Glock doesn't jam." I'm like, "No, it's a machine. Anything can jam." And you know, people, and I'm not nagging on Glocks. I'm just saying people get, "Oh, if you don't own a Glock, it's the best thing ever." No, it's not. Everything can fail. You know what I mean? It's like I see a lot of the Glock fanboy, and I'm like, you know something? Okay.
It's a Honda Accord. It'll run, but if you don't take care of it, it will break down.
And if you want to soup it up, you put all these extra parts into it, and it's what all these companies are doing now. They're copying the design, but upgrading it, and yeah.
Well, no, it's not. You're not really copying it. It's just there's at a certain point where a firearm gets to be so popular that the aftermarket accessories, you can build a gun out of just the aftermarket accessories. Look at a 1911. You don't have to get a Colt or a Spring, or you don't have to get a Colt anymore. You can buy a stripped frame or a matched frame and slide and go to town on it. You can build a Ruger 1022. Vakortsen and Magnum Research does their 22 semi-autos are all based on the 1022, and of course Glock. You've got your Timberwolf frames, you've got your fancy precision or fancy made top slides. And hello, Mr. Knives, how are you this fine evening?
Hey, Knives, what's happening, buddy?
And just for you, buddy,
That was dead on.
Yeah, I found I had to kind of do the radio voice thing by putting on a little bit of the reverb. I undercut nitride fish. Yeah, like I said, it's either going to be, oh, this is just as good as a Glock, or okay, this is good enough for $300.
What is that pistol
Isn't
called?
it like the? It's not the knife. It's like a knife name. Is it like a rapier or a dagger or something like that?
Oh shit! I have to look it up. It's like the Minx or the.
No, it's like a blade name.
Yeah, I can't remember.
What'd you say?
PSA butter knife.
Butter knife.
Orange Man, what'd you say? You're mumbling.
Are we talking about the PSA?
The
Yes.
PSA, not a Glock.
Yes, the PSA
Yes,
new
it's
pistol,
dead.
not a Glock.
Thank you. I didn't catch that the first time when Ape said it.
Obnoxious. We're talking about the PSA pistol, not a Glock.
No, the not a Glock PSA pistol.
No,
Not a Glock.
Are
the
you
not
talking
a
about
Glock.
the PSA pistol, not a Glock?
And Mr. Knives, I'm glad I can make you laugh, man.
Yeah, it's totally not called the dagger. So,
The dagger.
Dagger.
Is it
the dagger?
Government, tell everybody it's called the dagger.
It's called the
wonder if
dagger.
it'll-
God damn it! Thank
Wait,
you.
it's called the dagger, not the stabby stick.
No, it's called the dagger.
Well, when I search dagger, all I get is
Did you-
daggers from them.
I searched
But
dagger, and all I
it's not
saw
on.
was
I don't think it's.
obnoxious.
Hey,
Yeah, I don't think it's on their
Obnoxious, isn't it?
site
Like,
yet.
dagger like
Because they're not releasing it till, like,
DNGR
third
or
quarter.
something.
Well, gee, I mean, it's not
So-
like there weren't people in this very chat or people who were in this chat that might have made some type of motion picture talking production that may or may not have had information on this.
There may or may not have been people in this chat. I have one. I haven't released it yet.
Are you under an NDA?
No, I am totally.
Are you
not
just
under
milking
an
it?
NDA. I'm milking it. I'm lazy. I put out like 20
Now-
freaking videos. All right.
Now, when you milk it, do you use rubber gloves? Do you go dry hand, or do you get that utterly smooth udder cream and just kind of really go to town on it when you're milking it?
I got the
Wow, this is
the udder
going
balm
like
that Gizzard gave me at
Whoa! Now, is that
Whoa,
lip balm
whoa.
that Gary has used?
Possibly.
Then you are possibly cursed for all of existence.
See, look at that udder balm.
Yeah, like I said, no, udder balm and udder cream it's a real thing. Go to any Fleet Farm store. It's in a jar that's like a cow. Not shaped like a cow, but it's the cow pattern.
Wait a minute. It looks like a cow.
It's got a cow pattern, the black and white. Is that Holstein? Where the heck is our bovine expert? He went to sleep too
I
hard.
don't know.
He's probably
I'm right
elbow
here.
deep in a cow right now.
Oh, I'm elbow
Whoa,
deep.
whoa. Her name's Karen, and you show her respect.
I don't care.
Yeah,
what
I
his name
can't find anything on the. They don't
have
have
anything else
on
up
their
yet?
No, and it's weird. You'd think they'd
Did
have
you-
at least a picture, like a coming soon or something, you know?
Giggity. Did you do
Well, it's really
just
not
a search
coming
like
soon.
new for 2020 or new for Shot Show 2020? Just
Jesus
on the
Christ.
internet.
Obnoxious, you don't. Did you obnoxious? Did you see
did
the
I what?
jackal while you were there?
Did I what? Did I see the jackal?
Did you remember?
Yeah.
Did you remember to wash your hands after touching Yankee?
The PSA jackal?
No, is that a new
That new AK?
rifle that they're releasing? No, I probably saw it, but I didn't.
It's a pistol. Yeah, it's a PDW. It's 300 or 5.56 right now, but it looks. Oh, man, I'm just having a hard time finding stuff online because there's not a whole lot out there yet on it.
PSA PS-9 dagger.
All right. Well, midnight searches Google.
The
What were we
interwebs.
talking about? What were we talking about? Cow health.
PSA.
According to Weston Probus,
Oh, wait,
it's
hold on.
PSA
yeah.
space PS-9 space
Dagger.
dagger.
That's
DAGGER.
Oh, I read that.
Okay, here's a firearms blog or the firearms rep, and they've got some stuff on both of them, I think. So here, let me work some magic here.
Alakazam, Alakazoo. What the heck is wrong with you?
Do you use Miracle Whip for the magic?
All right, so
Sorry.
Oh,
go
hell
ahead.
no. We use Miracle Whip for the magic.
oh yeah,
Cool whip.
so here's the
PSA now.
whip the PS9. Here's the PS9. Good looking pistol. I mean, I got no shit to talk about it. I think it's what Palmetto does 99% of the time is good stuff. You know, I think they do.
Yeah.
They're budget minded. And they
They
put out
Glock
fun
look
stuff
without the
and-
Gucci Glock price.
you know. Yeah, it's got a little bit more. It's got a little bit of a beat. The lower,
Looks a
the
little more
grip
ergo.
frame is definitely different. It's got the beaver tail in the back
So now-
there.
That green thing.
Midnight,
I
is
will
it
say this:
just
like this
me,
one doesn't.
or does the back of the slide look like it's canted out at the top?
Yeah, I was going to say that too. Yeah, because when you look at the front serrations, they're pushing front. The rear serrations are straight up and down, and it looks like the back of the gun there, the back of the slide is angled.
Outward.
Yeah, it's angled.
And they've
it's
got
a little
that lovely little billboard space for all your engraving needs.
Right.
Like
I was just going to
Karen,
say
I wanted to get you a Bel Air, but I figured a divorce was cheaper.
You know, I was going to say that because on this side there's nothing on this one, but on this one the logo is actually on the
Okay,
frame.
I just got to stop and laugh at Fine Apes to the divorce, and this.
Yeah, it's always cheaper to keep.
I don't know. Is it cheaper than a Kimber Bell or a Karen Kimber Bel Air Tesla?
I don't know, but divorce is not cheap.
Under
Okay,
$400
so is
optics
opting,
ready.
$25 get you a shovel.
I wonder
all
why
right, so
they're
the
not
standard
doing
is standard. Scroll back down a bit.
300. Yep, 300
whole-
or 400 for optics.
For an
ready.
optics ready, but that optics ready one comes with actual Trigicon suppressor height night sights. Those
Right,
are well over $100.
Yeah.
Through like Midway or Brownells or Amazon. I'm
Mhm.
just saying.
Yeah, that's a sweet. I was really hoping that PSA was going to be at the outdoor show, but I don't think they're going to be. It did. I don't. I was because I really wanted to see this, and I really wanted to see the Jackal. But
we need to. Somebody needs to wake up Night Strike so we can go kick Ellis out of bed and tell him, "Hey, tell your boss I'm packing up some of the fancy new prototype shit, and I'm going to Pennsylvania to go have some maple bacon pancakes with an angry guy at the Roadhouse."
Well, that's why he had to leave. He had to go spoon a little bit.
No.
This is the ARV
right now.
That's
cool. Look at that.
They're in South Carolina, not Kentucky.
The same thing.
So here's the Jackal.
So this thing's that's their piston-driven thing.
Yeah, this
I'd like to buy a vowel.
And I'll tell you what. Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's they said pronounced Jackal. So it's in. Oh, I thought it was in 5.56. Also, it's just 300 blackout. Long stroke gas piston avoids the need for buffer tube.
No, when I saw it, they said it was both.
Could it be that?
I thought so. All right.
What's the date on this article?
23rd. Recent, a couple days ago.
Okay. Man, it could be okay. We've got the 300 blackout, and we're working on the 5.56. Just like there are plans in the works to bring options such as 5.56 by 45 with the 10 inch as well as a 9mm.
I am really interested in this because the wife really wants she's really interested in a Scorpion. She really wants a Scorpion. So I thought, wow, this could be a really great option to the Scorpion if they're going to put it out in 9mm. It's side charging. It's got some rails and stuff like that. It's got a side folder. It's a side folder brace, which is really nice because they don't need a buffer tube. It says, the MSRP will be between $700 and $900. So if this thing comes in at $800 and you can pick them up for $700, can't beat that. That's a pretty nice piece for that.
With the 9mm version, I'd probably wait until they actually come out with it because they might just go, well, people want this, but it's just easier to make a blowback version than it is to fiddle with a gas piston. So basically, the way I'm seeing this is PSA is kind of going after Glock's lunch money. They're trying to go after H&K's lunch money, which they may fail at doing because, love them or hate them or ignore them or feel indifferent. One of Mac's Patreon posts, when he talked to them about their MP5 clone, he said they had really backed off that, $800 price point, and they weren't sure whether it was going to be, north of the 1,000 or closer to what the actual new H&K imports are going to be going for. And with this Jackal, they're kind of going after the CZ Brenno, or kind of the market for the Bren.
Yeah, sure. I can see that.
Because those are, $1,500 on their own?
Yeah, they're a lot.
Which, man, I was seeing the factory and how they're made. I can kind of see it, but at the same time, it's not different enough, or it doesn't do enough differently or betterly for
more gooderly,
more goodestly than what an AR does. And one of the many benefits of Hillary not winning the 2016 elections is everybody thought she was going to win, and so they overproduced on AR stuff, and it is dirt cheap right now.
Yeah.
So what is that, Fine? What is that? Is that it looks like a full-size 223 mag. What is that?
That's a 300 blackout.
300 blackout.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, which it makes more, as far as I'm concerned, for something that sized, even in the or even in the longer barrel, it makes a lot more sense to go 300 blackout than it does 5.56.
I can tell you this. Over my years, the 300 blackout to me is a very interesting round. And, I come from, 223, 762, 39. And, your 125 grain, 300 blackout, of course, it's supersonic, but it's like maybe 100 feet per second slower than a 762 by 39. You know what I mean? And the versatility of that round to be able to go from supersonic to subsonic to close range to long range, it's the next gun I'm going to build or buy. I want one. I really, really want a 300 blackout. To me, that round is like, man, it's the perfect balance. You know what I mean? Depending on the ammo, of course, but the perfect balance.
Well, part of the reason why the 300 blackout gets such good velocities out of short barrels is because most of it's Magnum pistol powders. And for like regular 223, it uses a comparatively fast powder compared to 30-06, 308, or some of the Magnum cartridges. But Magnum pistol powder, which is the slower burning of pistol powders, is still a lot faster burning, which means it spikes pressure a lot quicker or builds up pressure a lot quicker than I lost my train. Than like 5.56 does.
I'm a reloader. I know all about fast and slow pistol powders going this way or rifle. Yeah.
I know that. I was saying it for the benefit of the people out there who are
yes, sir,
very, very intrigued by the combat sandal and wondering how soft it was.
I'm telling you this, man. I can't wait to get a 300 blackout and just play with it. You know what I mean? Just to push it one way or the other, and I'm really digging that cartridge.
All right.
So we agree that the name of their not a Glock pistol is a dagger.
Yeah, it's the PS dagger. I don't know. I'm not. I think I gotta see one in person. You got to
call up your buddy Ellis and say, "Hey, I'll bring Monte Cristo. You bring that thing, and we'll meet at the state line."
Because I took it off a screenshot, but looking at it from the ejection side, I kind of like the looks of it. Looking from the off side, it's really weird looking, man. I don't know if it's not done yet. If they still have. Yeah, here, I'll screen share it again because it's really kind of, I don't know, man. Makes it look really, I don't want to say cheap, but
it's in that uncanny valley of it kind of looks like a Glock, but it's not a Glock.
Well, it is cheap.
I know it's not cheap.
But it's inexpensive.
You got to learn how to do your marketing right. I mean, how do you expect to be able to get these T&E things from PSA if you keep going around calling them cheap and not affordable?
Mm-hmm.
See, that's why I need to take Snub needs to take picture taking lessons from me, and I need to take shilling lessons from Snub.
Right. From this side, from the ejection side, I think it looks good. Like I think it looks kind of Glockish, kind of Sigish, kind of I don't know. Like I don't know. It's it's modernish, modern looking enough, right? So, but then when you move to this side of it with that window there, almost like it almost looks like you said, like they're planning on being able to engrave stuff in there or laser etch stuff in there. Like I almost think it should say like Yeet in there or something. Yeet 2020.
75 minutes.
Yeah, I think that looking at that picture that they should just engrave Midnight Range TM fry cook.
Yeah. There you go.
Well, I think they probably I think they probably do have something planned on that because I believe they were talking like third quarter before they were releasing.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah, I mean, it could be, and it could just be a logo. It could just be a Palmetto logo, or it could just be.
Well,
I mean,
just,
or you know what?
Just
I'll
look
tell you
at
what.
how much money they're making for all the different engraved AR lowers.
Well, that's what I was just going to
Mhm.
say. My
Yeah.
my thing. I was just going to say too,
Well,
like
get out of my head then.
for well, kind of. I was going to kind of along the same lines. Henry does the Golden Boy 22s where you can buy the engraved side plates just directly from them. You go on there. We did talked about it on the show. You go on, you tell them what you want. They send you the side plate. You take the old one off and put that one on. I wonder if do you think Palmetto State Armory would have the balls to let you personalize a slide?
Well,
I
I'm thinking that I don't see why. I don't see why not. But if all it's going to be is say they offer two different services of, hey, you can either have this laser etched, in which case it's somebody sitting down at the computer for like 15, 20 minutes, getting it all to fit in that area. And they might do limited things like, okay, here's several symbols you can use, or you can have so many characters at such and such text.
Right, and that's how Henry
Or
does
so
it.
much
You get
dollar.
yeah.
Or if you want the machined engraved, it's going to be, like twice the price or something, and you're going to have to wait an extra 4 to 6 weeks.
I feel like it looks really awkward to have that there like that without a purpose. And maybe that's the purpose. I mean, I don't see anybody. I don't know that there's anybody else out there that does that kind of shit. Where you call up and it's like within 6 weeks or something like that, you can, I mean, and here's the thing too.
Or, hey, we're replacing, or we're wanting to go to optics ready Glocks, but we don't want to pay the money for Glocks. So could you just engrave our PD number or police force logo on there and do like each rack, just do like sequential rack numbers.
And since you could send I wonder what okay, here's another one. Does anybody know what the serialized part of this gun is?
Yeah, it's the frame. It should be, if they're going off of Glocks, if they're going off the Glock template, if you were to take that pistol, turn it upside down, and look where the Picatinny rail would be, that's where Glock has their little piece of metal embedded in the in the polymer itself. And then I think they've got one kind of like buried in the actual polymer, not visible elsewhere.
So I wonder if, I mean, that means the slide is a non-serialized part. I wonder if they would do it so that if you would buy it and you'd want to send it into them, you could just send them the slide to have it engraved and then send it back.
Or they could just have a little like a la carte menu of, okay, I want this in the FDE Cerakote.
That's funny.
And I want it to have the Trigicon Night or the suppressor sights. I do not want the RMR cut out, and I want the super aggressive check ring because, here's the thing. I'm pretty sure they've got all the fixturing and everything set up to where all they got to do is literally change a program. And once that program's done, it's a matter of, less than a minute to change a program. And I say this as someone who works in the aerospace machining industry.
Can I make the comment? I was look,
maybe
CNC machines, that look, when it comes to machining and everything that's going on, and you want to change the program, you're going to get into injection molding and all that. Machining, change a program. If you know CNC machines and you can program them, good to go. And my view is this: PSA is doing awesome things. PSA is coming out with awesome products. They're doing it at a very affordable price, and I can't knock PSA. I really can't. And their stuff works good. And
I think that if they would give you the option to order a pistol and then give you some drop-down options on logoing it in that little window there, you think how many people would buy one for a family member, for retirement that's retiring, somebody that, you know, at that price, like that's if they're talking $300 plus another $50 to logo it, you could buy one for like, you could buy one as a Christmas present without thinking too much about it, you know, and having it logoed. You could have it for somebody that's retiring, somebody that just got a promotion, somebody that, you know, even like your best man at your wedding or something that's got a gun nut. You could, you know, you could put his name on there or something like that.
I'm still married to her. Please use this to end me.
Yeah, right.
Actually, I have a serious thing to say. Outlaw Hatfield Ellis. You are under my control. Go to your director or general manager and tell them.
Make it happen.
Palmetto State Armory needs to make a custom shop option. Charge an extra 10% fee on top of the regular. People will buy this shit.
Yeah, even if you did a
also,
flat $50.
change your underwear. You have been wearing the same pair for the last week. That's gross.
Yeah. You know, a flat $50 or something, man. You know.
Fine, you made me laugh,
cool
brother.
But are your tidy whities still white?
I don't wear tidy whities, so whatever.
We'll stop talking about it.
Because he's free balling.
Ballin'. Yeah, oh yeah, I know this song.
So PSA needs to come up with a custom shop option for their new Nottaglock. Ruger and the rest of the ammunition manufacturing people need to get on making 5.7 affordable and more popular.
Mm-hmm.
And I will say the one thing I don't really like on the new Ruger 57 is their mounting option for the RMR. I mean,
don't you have to do something?
Hokey.
You have to.
No, they've instead of doing like the regular cutout, like all the other ones have done, it's like a little extra adapter plate you need to buy, and it like screws onto like the round part of the.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm still thinking that Ruger will catch on and go, oh wait, we should have done this.
Yeah.
So,
or whether they just need to be like, okay, we couldn't do this with our old slide, but we make a new slide now or a new model, kind of like what they did with the early LC9s, because they made a conversion kit to where, hey, you can make this an LC380. All it is a new magazine, a barrel, and a slide. Ruger to just do the same thing of, okay, here's our optics ready. Our new optics ready slide. It comes with suppressor height, either fiber optic or Trigicon night sights, and we're going to be selling it for, like $150. Something reasonable to where it's not like, well, for another $50 or for another $100, I can get a whole new gun.
Yeah, I don't know.
Midnight looks deep in thought.
No, I was just reading. I was looking at something that made absolutely no sense when I pulled up images of the 57 and some kind of wonky looking crazy Ruger GP100 came up, and I was like,
they had their new 9mm super match.
Yeah,
okay,
it had a picture.
I'm gonna interrupt for a minute. I'm gonna interrupt for a minute and go, Midnight, you're wearing the Deadpool shirt again, ain't you?
Yeah.
Did you make chimichangas today?
Did I what?
Did you make chimichangas today?
Yeah. Did you?
Why?
Did you? Do
you ever make chimichangas?
Chimichangas are good.
No, I never have. Not from scratch.
Well, there you go. Something more to add on to your menu. Your sweet and sour, or succulent, supple pineapple shrimp puree chimichangas.
There you go. Yeah, there you go. Oh man. So obnoxious while you guys were out in SHOT Show out there at the Shizzy Shot, did what was the scuttlebutt about Terran Tactical? That kind of came out like right before you guys got there.
Yeah, I saw. I think Sarge was watching it when we were in the car going someplace, but I didn't. There wasn't any audio on it, so I really didn't hear anything about it. Hear anything. But when we went to,
oh really? Creepy.
Yeah. Well, I did. I looked it up afterwards, and yeah, it's pretty creepy. When we went to Wild West Guns, Jeremy was up there thanking everybody for coming out, and he was up there, and they had like a banner across where he was standing, and he started talking about his precious and kind of poking the banner like it was like it was coming out. So
sorry.
Oh, shut it, Siri.
Yeah.
Did you say he was talking about
Siri,
his
play
precious?
Freebird.
My precious? My precious? Was he talking about? Oh,
You must have
the video is pretty. Man, I can't get a sentence out tonight.
I'm sorry, man. I've been up for 20 hours.
Sorry.
yeah. I don't care, and yeah, I'm here.
Okay, so C4 is weighing in on the side chat, simply saying he's a creep. So it was basically, hey, I'm your boss. Squeezy, rubby.
Yeah. It was.
Show me your vajayjay.
Yeah, it was weird, man. Yeah, it was weird, and it was super uncomfortable to watch. I don't know how old Jade is. I didn't even know what her name was. It started when I first saw. I saw a headline about it, and it said Jade Struck, and I had no idea what it was until I saw her, and I was like, "Oh, it's the chick that shaves her head." She seems young. I'm not sure how young she is, but
plastic surgery will do that.
Yeah, it was. Well,
No,
I don't know.
I'm just assuming that as a, I don't know, is gun bunny a appropriate term or whatever her original
she's a female shooter
position, her original employment position in Terran Tactical's thing was, whether it was, oh, this is actually a good person, or okay, you know just enough to where people won't think you're a complete gun bunny, but you've got the ass and the tits for it.
Well, yeah, and it's really weird to watch the whole thing when you watch the videos because she's not into guys, and I don't know what led up to it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what their relationship was to begin with and how playful they were together and blah, blah, blah. But no matter what and how it started, it's super out of line, and it's just such a bad idea. It's such a bad idea to be any kind of like that weird with your employees. I don't even hang out with my employees outside of work hardly at all. It's not a great idea. It leads. Yeah, it leads to a lot of miscommunications and muddy waters when it comes to like boss-employee relationships at work and how you interact with your employees and how serious they take you and stuff. I mean, I know, and it's not like that with a lot of chefs, especially like they go out drinking with their crew and stuff, and then the crew, their cooks don't take them seriously, and they're just like, I saw you fucking wasted last night. How are you going to tell me what to do? It really does muddy the waters a lot with that relationship. But, yeah, he was just really creepy, really uncomfortable, really out of line. And even if she was kind of, it doesn't matter how she is I'm treating it like an employee because she is his employee as far as I'm concerned. It doesn't matter how she reacts. It doesn't matter if she plays along with it, and which she seemed to. It doesn't matter if she's or if she gets offended. No matter what her reaction to it, doesn't make him
doesn't make it right.
it doesn't matter. It doesn't make it okay. It doesn't make it appropriate, right? So yeah, it's if you haven't watched it, I suggest you watch it just because I think it's important to see stuff like that, just so you know.
Just it's just for anyone else who might be a little bit younger listening out there, a general rule of thumb: if you work with them, or if they work for you, or you work for them, don't try and fuck them. Just say hi, be nice, be
Ladies and
polite.
gentlemen, the views and opinions
And I
of
don't
Fine
think
Eagle
you-
are views and
that's the
opinions of
thing.
Fine
I said
Eagle only, and
don't.
that reflect the views and opinions of Midnight Range DM.
Actually, a lot of the world's problems would be solved if people would just stop fucking.
Yeah. All of them eventually. All of them would stop. But yeah, it's shitty. It's very uncomfortable. I felt bad for her and I really felt bad. I mean, I felt bad for her being in that situation because it's not. It's just even when you're young, you do dumb shit. You know what I mean? He's an old dude, man. He knows fucking better not to treat people like that. But as a younger person, you're kind of feel like, oh, this is fun. This is kind of playful.
Or hey,
maybe.
this
I
is
don't
a
know.
good job.
Like,
I don't want to lose it by
obviously.
pissing him off.
But right, exactly. But when you get watching that makes you uncomfortable. Because you're like, oh man, this is just I feel bad. But then it was like literally like 10 minutes after I saw that video, I saw a picture of her with somebody on Instagram at SHOT Show, and I thought, holy shit, what the hell must she be thinking? Like, how uncomfortable and how shitty is it for her to be at the largest firearms expo in the
something gets
world,
dug up from past,
and a day beforehand that video drops, and I'll tell you what, man, she was probably thinking like, man, I bet you everybody's here has seen that. They're fucking looking at me funny. You know what I mean? Like, you would be really uncomfortable, and it's a shame. And he says it wasn't 716. Who's he? It's Taryn Butler.
The guy who runs Taryn Tactical, the guy who trained Keanu Reeves for his role in John Wick and Halle Berry. He's kind of like the big muckety muck for Hollywood. I don't want to say idiots, but people in Hollywood to get like firearms training for parts in films and that.
Mm-hmm.
So
AC's saying some people are split on it. I could see how, because she does play along with it. Like, I could see some people saying like, oh, she's okay with it. She's okay with it. Just because she's okay with it doesn't mean it's okay, though. And that's what a lot of people don't want to admit. And just because an owner of a restaurant would treat a server like that or something, and the server is okay with it, it doesn't mean it's okay.
Well,
and it's going to end bad.
Well, to channel my inner Yankee here, shut up. To use the example of just because she's okay with it, she's okay with it, doesn't mean it's okay. I mean, to take this to a very extreme, well, just because Mrs. Peterson is okay with her husband beating her every night for not having his dinner exactly the way he wanted, doesn't mean it's good. Doesn't make it all right.
Right. Yeah. What New York is saying, what's her side of it? I have not heard anything from her. Apparently what happened, what I had heard was a guy that ran his social media accounts is like now a disgruntled employee, and and what I heard, and I say I don't know for sure, who knows, but what he said was he put out a statement and apologized and said he was inappropriate, blah blah blah, and he feels ashamed. And what happened was that employee leaked stuff out of his phone. I'm sorry
that my employee brought this to light off my personal data. I thought Hillary got away with it. Why couldn't I?
Yeah. And it sucks because like it. I mean, I guess it's good that stuff gets out because then hopefully stuff like that never happens again, and other people learn from it. I think other people have to learn from it that it's not appropriate, it's not okay, and you need to move. You need to stay away from doing that kind of shit. But
unfortunately,
it's just
unfortunately,
it's
the
just
ones that are
shitty.
really into this or don't think it's going to happen to them are not going to go and, oh, maybe I should take some self-reflection and not treat this person in my employment team as a mere object for my amusement. They're going to go, oh, I need to put better encryption on my phone. Make a stronger password. Make sure nobody gets onto it.
Yeah.
Taryn Weinstein.
Yeah, it's a shitty Taryn Weinstein. Yeah, I just saw that. I don't know. I just didn't know. I didn't know what. I just know if I was her out there at shot, I'd be like,
yeah, that's
super embarrassed, man. And it's not her fault. Like I said, I mean, I don't blame her, but
I saw something that said this came out after she signed a contract with somebody else. I don't remember where I saw that, so that may or may not be true.
She did leave. She did leave, and I mean, I'm not sure when the video originally got posted. I would imagine it wasn't very long ago. I think this would probably catch fire pretty quick. But yeah, she did leave. She's shooting with somebody else now.
So whether this was, to channel Mr. E Honda 720, who may or may not have a link, whether this was kind of like her kind of doomsday thing to where if anything went bad, or if she just decided, okay, you did this to me, I'm gone, so here's a bag full of flaming shit on your porch.
Yeah.
And yes, women can abuse men.
Yeah, who knows, man?
That's a different... Thank you, AC.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, absolutely, AC. I mean, it goes both ways for sure. I mean, there's a lot of men that are not just physically, verbally abused, and there's a lot of shit happens. There's a lot of stuff that women get away with too. But yeah, it's a whole different. This is just a different topic. But yeah, I'm interested to see where it goes from there. I mean, we don't have any backstory either, so I mean, I try and tread lightly on things that I don't know 100% about. Seven Wonder says he doesn't have any problem with it. He thinks what he did was fine, and that she's just being whiny.
Seven, you need to put down those Japanese comic books.
Yeah, I see it right there. I can see it right there in black and white.
Put down the comic books you imported from Japan. Go over to your wife and just have her hit you very hard with something heavy.
Roll call is saying, did she say no? Yes, technically, but the thing that I think is what a lot of people are like, it's no big deal, is because she was very kind of playful and coy about it. I don't know how to describe it. And like it was very much like if you were in a relationship. Yeah, if you were in a relationship with somebody and did this, it wouldn't be a big deal. But obviously they're not, so that's a huge deal.
Yeah, well, just kind of like how any female, well, not any, but most young, attractive female bartenders are going to be a little flirty because it earns them money. And that could have also been part of her job description.
New York out.
Sorry, man.
Sorry. Let me mute here.
So yes, Ricolas and vodka.
New York Outcast says it's only abuse. Yeah. New York Outcast says it's only abuse if she took it that way, and it didn't look like she did in the video I saw. I think that's a touchy subject because I mean, I see what you're saying, and I think that's where that's where some people, when they look at it and they say, "Oh, there's nothing wrong here. It's not a big deal." I guess I understand what you're saying. Maybe it's not abuse, but it's still inappropriate. And as an employee, there's still some pretty huge sexual harassment shit flowing there.
There is a reason why most of corporate America's employee handbooks have a whole chapter, if not several chapters, dedicated to this is sexual harassment. Hi, Mia.
Mm-hmm. The wife is saying the word is de-escalation. She was trying to de-escalate him. She said no like 8 times. Yeah, that's a better way to say it. Yep.
Because remember, young Jimmy, no means yes, and if at first you don't succeed, keep on going. The views and opinions of this person are not in.
Any outcast, I gotta. He says any girl that would see it as an issue would have gotten pissed or walked away. I can't agree with you, man, because there's a lot of stuff going through somebody's head. That's why it's so sketchy that it's with an employee and an employer, because that employee she's got a huge thing there. She's a shooter for that team. She's well known. She doesn't want to fuck up her ride. It's just like the Weinstein thing. It's just like, it's the exact same thing. It's him going into somebody and saying, like, hey, how about a hand job? And I bet you get a good movie deal next week.
You want to be in pictures, you do as I say.
Whatever happened. And that doesn't, it's, if to her, that's why you can't put an employee into that spot. That's why it's wrong. So, I mean, I understand where people can kind of look at it that way, like, oh, she didn't really put up a fight against, and it's like, well, shouldn't have to in the first place. It's a pretty big issue. He's saying he's not saying it wasn't dumb. I know, buddy. I know. Yeah, they're talking about Mac with the G44. I also saw a video on the Python the other day from this was like the fourth thing this one just popped up. I don't know if my phone was listening to somebody in the chat and gave me a suggested video, and it was an older guy. It has a channel. I don't remember who he was. But he was getting light primer strikes and with multiple different kinds of
double action and single action.
And I don't remember. I don't remember if it was double end single or not, but he had some other issue with it too. And one of the things that he had said was, that the trigger is so good, it's nice and light. Is it too light? Is it too light for some commercial ammo maybe, or is it not reliable because of that? And I think back to my father-in-law bought a Smith & Wesson 357 a couple of years back. This is more than a couple of years now, maybe 6-7 years ago. And took it to the range, and I was with him when he did, and he was getting light primer strikes and had to take it in, send it back, and have the work that was done to it undone because it was somebody had put, somebody had lightened the springs and done all that shit, and it just wasn't reliable. And it was light to the point where it was like every cylinder had one. Every time he went through whatever 5 rounds, I guess it was 357. Almost every cylinder had a misfire, a light primer strike, and it was like how you could do that to a gun and then not fix it back was really weird. I guess I don't know, man. You just want that light trigger, I guess, for accuracy, but I can't see going through all that with a pistol, you know what I mean, and having it light primer strikes all that much and not dealing with it. AC said he's seen multiple videos documenting issues. Yeah, it's crazy. I don't know. I mean, it kind of makes you wonder. How, because this is a project that had to have been in the making for years. It's not like 6 weeks ago they were like, you know what? let's fucking knock out some pythons. You know what I mean?
All right,
It definitely
give me just a
didn't.
second.
You know, so it kind of makes you wonder what kind of.
I got
What'd you say,
a
bud?
huge delay. I got a huge delay here, but give me a second. I'll pull up a video. We actually stayed at the house with guys who talked to the VP at Colt about this. So I'll drop the link in there when I pull it up.
Okay.
Hey, Dead Horse.
Dead Horse is out there. Hey, Dead Horse, how you doing, buddy? I hope everything's all right. Dead Horse, I sent you an email a little week or two ago. I don't know if you saw it. Let me know if you saw that.
Yeah, hope everything's progressing positively for you.
Oh, Roll Call's crying. What's the matter, Roll Call? What's the matter, Roll
I
Call? Why are
think
you sad, buddy? Oh, he says my
I
SD,
said only yours
my
are a
SD is
row.
poop.
Oop.
But it was said with the kissy face, so you weren't supposed to take it seriously.
He picked the wrong icon or the emoji.
Aw.
All right, hold on here. I think. What are the chances that you think this is actually like some sort of scam where I'm gonna click this link of obnoxiousness and he's gonna copyright strike me?
Never gonna buy anything from this guy. He works at the Waffle House.
There's a 50-50 chance that I rickrolled you.
50-50. Oh, I would have at least put it 40-60.
It says, "Oops,
No.
something went wrong." It's not letting me watch it. AC's did the same thing. It's not letting me watch them. It's not letting me click on them. I guess I could try in here. Hold on. Let me try see if I can copy and paste it.
But Dr. Squatch and All Natural Soap. This isn't the one I wanted. And now it's not letting. Did you just?
It's not letting me.
I just clicked the link and it just opened it up in the chat window for me.
Mm-hmm.
It says no. It's not. It's giving me an issue if I do it. It's saying, "Oops, something went wrong."
Copy link.
Can you
address.
put it? Can you copy and paste it into the chat into the internal chat? Maybe.
No, I can't do that. Why would I do that?
Too late.
Why
I
would you
beat you
make
to
it that easy for him? Damn it!
Just to piss you off.
You son of a bitch.
Jorge says he wants your time slot for a new YouTube show.
Well, I already made fun of you at the beginning of the show when you're in the text chat. I got to keep up appearances.
Oh shit! AC97 said, "Guys, Smith & Wesson just announced a 5.7 by 28 pistol." No shit.
No, I'm full of shit.
See, Smith & Wesson was listening to this show. Can you believe
Yeah, I
that?
called
They are
him ahead of time.
quick.
Smith & Wesson, for payment for this, I'd like something very simple. Can you re-blue this Model 10 that I just picked up for like dirt cheap for like free? And I won't bitch about it.
Does GunTube let you
no,
do the audio?
It doesn't. It what was it? No, because I think when Sarge was being all, oh hey guys, I was on actual TV for like 5 minutes or so. In order to get the audio, we had to use the duck. You could put the closed captioning on and we could read.
I am excited to take a look at him at the outdoor show. Colt's going to be there. I'm sure they'll have him.
They're pretty sweet.
Yeah, it's nice looking. You know what I mean? Like I can't knock it. I don't like the cylinder release necessarily on the Colts. I think it's weird to. Yeah, I think it's weird to pull back. I think it's so much more ergonomic if you're
pushing forward or pushing in.
Yeah. Yeah. So I know you guys can't. You guys out in the chat can't hear this, can you?
Gun apart from the action, we removed about
Anyway,
12
this
pieces
is a-
out of the total original action of the Python and really updated the double action on it. Breaks between 7.5 and 9 pounds. There's no step to the draw cylinder, and quit moving your mouse. It's like laser pointer cat.
Oh, sorry.
Beautiful cylinder. Grips were redesigned slightly. It will fit older grips, but we took the step out of the grips so people have a better purchase on it. It also helps if you're using speedily reloaders, reloading the refill backstrip. Google Translate does shit its pants. We all feel really proud of how it comes out and the way it looks. We are also have it in a 6-inch version, which I showed you. It also comes in a 4.25-inch version, which we are also introducing. We ship more than 2,000 of these guns to the marketplace. We've been building production on these guns since November. And we have, this just wonderful experience building them. There's been some stuff about the products in the Martin Play 5 guns we're looking at in terms of consumers that have been sent to us, blah, 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 blah. Unless one of them is a 1908 pocket hammerless and 380, I'm not interested. Consumers, also looking back, product itself, make sure everything is the hand fit appropriately, but generally speaking, the vast majority of these guns we built or produced are doing really well in the marketplace, and we're excited about what's to come for Colt revolvers. Stay tuned for the future. Well, it'll be the first step in standard frame revolvers, but in the future we will have other versions and other products, so good, blah, blah, blah. Hey, Paul, thanks a lot for the privilege to address some of what's been going on there. Yeah, I really appreciate that. Viewers appreciate it. Stay tuned. Big things coming in a condo, maybe down the road. Stay tuned here first there.
So I don't know. So there was a little lip service about it anyway.
Oh, and somebody in their comments is talking about look at the problems that TFB had with it at range day. Well, I can tell you at range day, nobody oiled or cleaned anything.
No, it's okay. We've got like 20,000 people who want to shoot this gun, and we've got 4 pre-production prototypes to shoot because we've already shipped all the decent ones.
No, they had a 6-inch and a 4-inch in the booth. That's what Colt had at range day. They had one of each in the booth.
Because I carry my revolver in single action, you are proud in saying my dick is small, and I do not need to compensate for it.
Let's look up this 5x7. Shop for 5x7. Okay, where is AC put that? I think he put a link in there.
Yeah. I'm gonna duck out while we're here. So
it's not letting me. It's not letting me click on any links from the chat.
Have you tried turning it off and turning it back on again?
Have you tried jiggling the power cord?
Jiggle the hand.
I tried shooting it too. It didn't work.
No, I said
I'll see you guys later.
Not cattywampus. Yeah, later, man.
Later, Marcus.
C4 saying he skipped right over it, where he said that about 5 of the 2,000 they built had issues. And that,
we were. Yeah,
I don't know, Sarge. Unless they were sending out like really small batches. As someone who works in manufacturing, if we send out like 2 defective parts or 2 parts that don't meet standard and our customer finds that, we just don't get back 2 parts. We get the entire shipment back. So unless Colt's QA found an issue and they decided to, quick, bring them all back from the distributors and we'll do actual QA 100% on them. Yeah. No, Sarge, I know. I'm just relating my experiences with everyday life.
AC97, you put that link in there for the Smith & Wesson 5x7. What's the name of the website or something? Because I can't click on that. Now, what's weird is I Googled it, and Classic Firearms came up with 5.7 by 28 Smith & Wesson as a category, but it says 0 products. But it's weird that they would have that as a category if they weren't anticipating having a gun to put there, you know? It's not like you're going to put 500 Magnum Jennings or something like that just to have it there. I mean, that makes no sense.
Wait a minute. You mean that nice man at the gun show who promised me a custom-built 500 Smith & Wesson Magnum Jimenez was lying?
Yeah. That's what I hear.
Well, I wish you wouldn't have heard it. Then it wouldn't have been true.
Roll call saying it's bullshit.
Well, everything's bullshit, roll call. Like beer bottles that need openers and being sand.
If it is bullshit, that's super weird that Classic Firearms would have that category in there. Why would they have that category in there?
It's just like anything else. You can, like anywhere. Okay, I want a forearm for a Smith & Wesson Model 15 Handy Jack. You know, it's just, okay, you've got these different categories, and, you know, you put this one thing here that doesn't belong to this other thing over here, it's just going to be nothing.
Oh, it is a Rickroll. Okay. That's super weird, though, that this is like this. Maybe it's just the title.
Or live chat.
No. Well, no, I don't mean that. I mean, when I went to when it pulled it up on Classic Firearms, maybe it's just a generic search as the title, and it says 0. There are 0 products, but it looks weird. It just looks like as if there's a category.
Yeah,
there for
it's like if you go to Google and type in vegan 9mm pancakes, and it comes up with vegan 9mm pancakes cannot be found.
Right. Yeah. But not in Google, it's in Classic Firearms. That's what's weird. You know what I mean? You could actually click on. Yeah. Yeah. That's probably. I guess that's what it is. I don't know. It's very rare that I search something like Google something that doesn't exist and it popped up like that.
I did not say Rick roll. I said cinnamon roll.
Whoa, what are you talking about up there? Go, holy smokes. So, who was wearing the 1000K coat and gloves at SHOT Show?
Oh, that was...
I don't know what she's talking about.
Obnoxious going on about Ian.
Oh.
That he heard like second or third hand from somebody else, so... Did you remember to plug it in, Sarge?
Oh, wait, Sarge? Plug it in, unplug it, plug it in,
I have to ask, did your audio get screwed up when you got the Mr. Touchy McFeely Zappy glove?
Oh, yeah, never thought of that.
I mean, even if it didn't go across like anything sensitive, something discharging like that still produces a magnetic field. And I still want those.
And you've been talking shit about, and you were talking shit about Walker, and it's your fault the whole damn time.
I'm sorry. I was just trying to get people to like me. Either way, I'm not gonna overuse that joke. Are you never gonna let that joke down?
Rokal says lots of YouTube personalities are dicks.
Excuse me. I prefer to be called a peen. Or a needle dick. Gotta have something to aim for, something to get rid of the spare tire.
Yeah.
Rick rolls need to be rare. No, they need to be overused and beaten to death.
What? She says.
So that something new
what the
and
fuck
even
is a Rick
better
roll?
can take its place.
Holy cow.
Mia,
all right, hold on.
I'm beginning to almost regret sending you that recipe for that chunky cheesy bread.
Here, we'll.
Do you want to explain it to her, or should I just give the?
No. No.
So I like cake.
I'll send her a video.
Cookies are good too. Especially K bars, the peanut buttery, chocolatey Rice Krispie bars. They're the best.
I'll send her a video to watch.
I can hear it.
I think AC already ruined it.
Mm.
All that
did he?
hard work,
Shit.
work Midnight went through. I mean, it's like
Yeah.
Midnight was cooking up this wonderful Monte Cristo. It was like his third or fourth attempt, but he finally managed to get two of them to fuse and stick together and not fall apart in the fryer. And he walks out to give one to Mia and finds that AC just gave her a Subway sandwich.
Yeah.
Jimenez Duth.
The one of the funniest ones is with I think I talked about this too. Was with Foo Fighters.
Is that like the coronavirus
Who's
crusaders?
who's the is it the West Plainfield Baptist Church or whatever? The dumbasses that used to.
God is killing our soldiers because you allow gays to exist. Westboro Baptist assholes.
Yeah, they used to.
Westboro.
Yeah, West Baptist, whatever. Westboro, yeah.
Fuck those guys.
So they, they used to protest military funerals. Like, it's the dumbest shit ever. Like, it's just stupid fucking people, man. Well, this video popped up, or somebody told me about it. Maybe I don't remember. And it was them protesting a Foo Fighters concert.
So they've moved up in the world.
This is years ago now, but so there's a bunch of these people with picket signs and like God hates fags or whatever, like just horrible, stupid shit. You know what I mean? What? Yeah, like whatever that stupid stuff is. And they were saying, and this is the reason that the world's burning and all this crazy stuff. So, and there's also a bunch of kids, young people, just people, not just kids, but standing outside to get into the concert, right? And so, the next thing you see is this pickup truck, like a big F-150, with a bunch of people in the back, and they're blasting Rick Astley, Never Gonna Give You Up. And they roll right past the people that were protesting, and there's like a dude in the back in just a Speedo and like a billboard sign, like holding up some sign.
Right. Like,
and,
I'm gay and proud and
like,
screw you.
Exactly. He's like, like gay and proud or something. He's wearing like a rainbow
probably
bikini.
having like the freaking time of his life.
Oh, he was just loving life. And so of course it's like, and there's guys from the band like Dave Grohl and the guys are in the back of the truck, I think. So of course they come out, and it's funny because they pull right up beside the people that were protesting, and all the people that were in line to get into the concert just like mobbed the truck, and they're all like, yeah, dancing and stuff, and it just totally drowned out those assholes that were protesting. Like they just were just like,
well,
trampled.
Now you would have thought
it was so perfect.
You would have thought the Westboro assholes would have figured out the same, or would have been used to the same tactic, because what's the name of that? It's not really a biker group like the Freedom Riders or that anytime they'd protest a military funeral, there's like 50 or 60 guys would show up on their Harleys, and just anytime those assholes got super loud, they'd just sit there and just rev their Harleys just to drown them out.
Yeah. I found the video, and again, like I know you can't hear it, but you can look it up. This one's from a site called AD. Adam
Isn't dumb.
NT dumb.
Adam isn't dumb.
Adam is not
Isn't.
dumb. Yes.
Not ain't.
Yes. Yeah. So this is I'm trying to look for there's no description for it, but it's not that long. It's only like 2 minutes, but so you can I don't know when you can see people standing out front, and here comes the truck. It's they're holding up a big sign that says "You got Rickrolled."
Nice.
And there's the protesters. This is the best thing. There's the drummer Taylor.
Oh yeah, yep.
And
Taylor.
Dave Grohl's in the back. There's Dave Grohl. And it's just blasting, never gonna give it up. Never gonna give you up. There's a dude in a bikini, in a Speedo, the purple tight shirt. It's the coolest thing I've seen in a long time, man. There's Pat's. Yeah. There's Pat's mirror. It's the whole band. It's all of them there.
Those guys are so fucking cool.
It is. It's the cool. It's so neat, and they're just having a blast, man. And they're like, you know what, man? Fuck you guys. You're idiots.
Mm-hmm. AC97. I don't think anybody actually likes them. I think they've fallen into death cult status, to where it's just, you meet this nice gal who might be a little bit more into Christianity than you do, but she's nice, she's sweet. She goes and meets her parents, and then she takes you to church, and it's these fuckers.
So that's that.
And that's the way the cookie crumbles.
Yeah, I enjoyed that greatly the first time I saw that. She's saying that guy's with Dave Astley? Or not Dave. Why did I say Dave Astley?
Rick.
Dave Astley. Who the fuck is Dave Astley? Yeah, Rick Astley. Who the fuck is Dave Astley?
You got Dave.
She says that guy's white. Yeah.
Dave Astley?
Yeah, you got Dave rolled, yeah.
Dave Smith.
The Black Talon name is back.
Who?
AC. Nah. Oh, he put that up there. That's an old box, right? I mean, they're not bringing back Black Talon. No, I think I saw that because he said, yeah.
No.
They just get some Ranger Tees, man. Ranger Tees are a better bullet than the Black Talons are anyway. Yeah. Black Talons are not a bonded bullet. The Ranger Tees are a bonded bullet. Yeah. Is a Subway really a sandwich, though?
Well, we can.
My wife says, "Well, I've learned a lot
We
today."
can consider Dagwood sandwiches. So yeah, Subways are sandwiches, or they're a sandwich-like substitute.
Well, I've learned a lot today.
Yeah.
Hamburger.
I don't think I want to deal with any hamburger bras. I mean, it just gets a little unseemly. I don't like silicone leaching into my ground beef.
No, what's AC's got another Instagram?
Yeah,
oh yeah, that's the one. Yeah, we were talking about that. That's the
Black Talons are
that's the one that I meant.
Unless you're a person who just likes collecting ammo, just for hey, they haven't made these in decades, or they haven't, or these used to be really cool. Yeah, the Black Talons aren't worth it. I was actually out in a fairly decent sized gun show out in South Dakota last month. And I shit you not, there was a guy who had still wrapped in plastic, which I didn't realize they ever came wrapped in plastic, the 20 and 25 round boxes of the Winchester Black Talons for like $40 a box. They're not worth it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if AC, if you want to get yourself like a Chronos high-speed camera and start doing like ballistic gel test or try and edge in on Paul Harrell's territory and get into testing meat, then yeah, by all means, go for it and say, hey, these black talons, they're good, but the Ranger T's or this new offering from Federal are better, and they're like a third the price.
Well, here's the thing. I think if I didn't carry, I carry critical defense because I like the idea of the polymer tip. I really do. I think it's
the idea of the rubber tip.
Yeah, I think that's a good. It makes sense to me, and one of the things that causes hollow points to fail is the tip getting clogged, by clothing and stuff. So I think the polymer tip is a great idea. I think that was a good invention or whatever.
Yeah,
if that didn't exist, I would carry Ranger T's because I've always thought Ranger T's were a good bullet. They expand well from what I've seen. Like I think they're a quality bullet. The Talons are a lesser bullet. It's not bonded, so you get separation.
It's old technology.
Mm-hmm. At the time, I think they were a good bullet. At the time, they were probably top couple bullets that were out there, and
probably like second or third behind Gold Dot.
Yeah, Gold Dot Gold Dot was always I mean, that was before me a little bit. That was before I was carrying and stuff, so I didn't really have until I got into it. I didn't know, but yeah, Gold Dot is always my father-in-law is a big proponent of personal protection rounds, and he's a Gold Dot fan. He's always liked Gold Dots.
Yeah,
a couple of years ago, I bought him some Ranger T's for Christmas. Though he was really happy about that. He's like, "Oh, I can never find these. So I got him some of those for Christmas. He's like, "Oh, this is great. I love these are they're good to have."
No, and actually, I believe I could be remembering incorrectly, but I think the Gold Dots were like the first mass-marketed bonded bullet.
If they weren't, man, they were probably close to it because there wasn't a whole lot of bonded bullets when that came out.
And for anyone out in the chat or anyone listening to this later who doesn't comprehend or understand what a bonded bullet is, in a regular jacketed hollow point, you've got the lead core and then you've got the jacket around it. When the bullet hits a soft, fleshy target or pretty much anything, that hollow point is meant to fill with fluid and expand in a controlled manner. What bonding does is it bonds the soft lead core to the much harder jacket, and that jacket aids in controlled expansion. If the jacket separates from it, then you kind of lose that backing or that kind of braking action of the copper or the brass in the case of the Remington Golden Sabres, kind of slowing down the expansion. Because if it opens up too fast, it can actually shear off or peel off lead, in which case you're losing weight and penetration and wound channel, like permanent wound channel capability. So that, and also going through like harder barriers such as plate glass or auto body or automotive glass, which is really tough. So, are you back yet?
Midnight Range is BRB. Oh yeah, you were talking. That's great. So how do they bond the lead to the copper?
Every single, with the exception of, it's all proprietary. Some claim it's like bonding on like a molecular level. The only one I can really say for certain, and it's only part of it, is the Hornady Critical Duty, because they've got, if you look back, Hornady has always had their interlock bullets for like rifles and that. Mm-hmm. And basically what that is they put a very strong crimp, or they take a tool that kind of presses the jack it into the lead core, but in a very uniform way. So it's like a physical bonding, or it's like a physical lock on it. Whereas other ones, it's more like a chemical or like I said, a molecular lock.
Well, I got some Gorilla Glue.
Nah, I think it's a little bit more proprietary technology than that. Besides, Gorilla Glue expands in that, so I don't think it'll work really well.
Well, they use it chemical bonded too. They use a chemical bonded where they put some sort of chemical on it.
We're talking about them. It's back.
We're doing filler. We're doing filler material for you.
And I carry my revolver. Yes, federal HSTs are, well, they've kind of become one of the new standards. That's actually what I carry in my 40 Shield. Is the 165 grain HSTs.
I don't even know what I carry anymore.
And actually, let's see, are these Yep, those are HSTs. My little snubby 38, the actual micro ones, where Federal took the time-tested idea of taking a hollow base wad cutter, loading it in a 38 special case upside down.
Upside down. Boy, you turn me.
Right round, baby. Right round like a record, baby.
So this Glock slide here.
This polymer.
Don't look. Used to be.
Yeah.
No,
So,
it's still
yeah,
polymer. It just had a mechanical failure.
It should have been bonded.
It says purchase this gun for my grandson. We were shooting it and ran about 5 mags, and it was my turn. I pulled the trigger. First round out of that mag, I felt stuff hit me in the face. Gun jammed. I looked down to clear it and noticed the extractor gone and the slide cracked. Yeah, it's a nasty crack too.
Now, okay, this is. Oh, thank you, George. Yeah, for anyone listening now or in the future who's not aware of what the Glock 44 is, it is Glock's new 22 rimfire G19 size trainer pistol, basically. And in order to keep it looking like a Glock and look like a Glock, they use a hybrid. Yeah, they use a hybrid slide where the part that actually rides on the frame is metal, but the part that kind of causes it to look like a Glock is all polymer.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm actually curious. I haven't looked at it. I would assume their breech face and the striker channel would all be metal. So unless they just got their polymer mix wrong, or if it's just a bad idea to begin with.
Well, I mean, at some point, it just becomes how much.
Yeah,
how much metal can you get rid of in a gun? You know what I mean? It's just. I mean, I get it. It's a 22. It doesn't have a whole lot of recoil, so it's okay to have it super light.
I'm thinking it's just a pure blowback. So you're relying on spring pressure or the force of the recoil spring and the mass of the slide.
Yeah.
7 wonders.
7? Didn't I tell you 5 minutes, 20 minutes ago, and you didn't take it? Well, you talked about dipping your tip.
Whoa.
Dip to tip.
And that's just rude. You should never, ever take your tip that you're going to give to your waiter or waitress and dip it into your ketchup. I mean, unless they're just being a complete asshole, in which case, still don't do that. They might know where you live.
Guy that comments 22 Nosler. Yeah, I mean, I've heard of 22 Nosler. I've never shot one.
Guy that comments
if he's fast.
Yeah. If he's still fast here, talk to Dead Horse. He's had a lot of pretty sure he's had a lot of issues with it. My dad's built one, and the biggest complaint he's had out of it is Well, one, he hasn't found a group that he likes with it, but he hasn't really messed with it because it is very hard on brass. The 22 Nosler is supposed to be like 22-250 levels of performance, but in a standard AR-15 configuration. So basically with him, he was getting like a lot of ejector swipes, and where the extractor hooks onto the rim of the case, it was like not quite ripping the rim off, but you could tell it was like moving the rim. So he got an adjustable gas block for it, and I don't think he's really messed with it since he got it, or if he's even put it on. But they tend to be a little too overgassed to where if you want to, reload, or if you're trying to find like that certain pet load to it. But I don't know. It's one of those cartridges that kind of came out all at once. You got like the 224 Valkyrie and the 22 Nosler came out with all their new proprietary cartridges because we're gonna be releasing our own line of ARs because it's not like everybody else is doing that. Even though they were more targeted or more marketed towards hunters as, hey, this is a super light, or not a super light, this is a fairly light rifle. It's exceptionally accurate. It's something that you could schlep up hill and dale all day and, take out your varmints at, 400, 500 yards. I will say from Dead Horse's recommendations, and if he's out there and I'm saying wrong, just call me an idiot and I'll understand. The 224 Valkyrie, they've had issues with finding like the right twist rate for everything it can load for, because the Valkyrie was meant to be like 1,000-yard paper punch cartridge with like a 90 grain bullet, which for a 22 is a fairly long projectile, but people want to try and load it with like 70 grains or 65 or 62 grains. But the problem is with the rate of twist that is required to stabilize that very long 90 grain bullet, it doesn't work as well from one end, from like super light to the super heavy. So I'm pretty sure it might have been Dead Horse or someone else said that if you want to punch paper and just shoot like the super heavies, the Valkyrie is more than adequate. If you want to actually hunt like coyote or deer, if it's legal in your state to do so, the Nosler is a better choice to go with.
So I found
back
this
to
little
the Block 22.
Yeah. So I found this little diagram here too, and it's saying the 223, 22, and 224 Valkyrie. So the base on the Remington and the Nosler are both 0.378. The base on the Valkyrie is 0.420, so it's a little bit bigger.
Yeah, it uses
the case length, the overall length on the Remington and the Nosler are the same. The Valkyrie's a little shorter. And then the neck length on the Remington is a little shorter than the Nosler. So really, when you're looking at the 223 Remington and the 22 Nosler, it's the same case. The Nosler just is a little bit longer neck.
Nope. The Nosler is a much fatter cartridge. It uses the same rim diameter, so all you have to do is all you need is a different magazine follower and a new barrel. So yeah, it's got a rebated rim, whereas on the
you're right, I can see that. It doesn't tell you that here,
I think it uses the it's like the 7.62 by 39. Oh, hey, Net Flutter, how you doing, bud? Bolt diameter, or it uses like a modified 6.8 SPC 2
I don't remember what the bolt. I don't remember what the rim diameter is on a 7.62. I can't remember.
I'd
have to
got one,
look.
but I'm not digging it out.
Yeah, I'd have to look. I don't remember.
No, guy that comments, you also need food, water, and oxygen.
No, all you need is love. That's a lie.
Love. Love is all you need.
Yeah, and it's kind of weird that they don't give you the case circumference here to tell you that in this little diagram. That'd be nice because if you don't know you don't know to look for it, you wouldn't notice that.
Well, there should be different pictures.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure there is.
Or you could just type in 223 versus 22 Nas versus 224 Val.
That's what I did and found this. I'm not digging for it. You know what I mean? It's not a big deal. But
so you're saying you're not a gold digger? Not digging for that golden nugget of knowledge?
Nerp, nerp, nerp.
Mia, I think you found yourself a wiener.
All right. So I don't know. Chat, is there anything else you want us to talk about? If not, probably cut it down here a little bit. I wouldn't mind getting some sleep. Had a long day. Oh my god, dude! I didn't leave work till like 3:15 this morning. Saturday, Sunday morning. It's now Monday, but there from 8:30 in the morning till 3:15 in the morning. Fucking busy as hell. Dishwasher didn't show up, and
you really need to call Sears and tell them to deliver that thing like today.
Another one, yeah.
I tell you, you just gotta put a bear trap down, have them stepping in, and say, okay, every dish you wash, you get 1 microgram of morphine.
Yeah. 7 Wonders is talking about a P238 as a snake gun. That's a good little snake gun.
No, when I'm not carrying my snake gun in the nursery, I have my P238 in my right pocket. So, is it like some old clapped out 22 revolver with some rat shot? Is it a little 410 Derringer?
It's a good one. Yeah, 22 with
bird shot. I found out that the they make 2 different types. They have the CCI that have like the little blue pill capsule on top. And then Federal and Winchester make ones that are like a 22 case that they just left super long and crimped the end on.
Oh, they still make those? I didn't think they were making. I didn't think they made those.
Not right here. I just picked this up like 2 or 3 months ago. Brand new Federal. What is this? Game Shock.
When I was a kid, that's all you could buy. Those. I didn't think they still made those anymore.
Out of a clapped out 22 revolver, these hold a much better pattern for a longer distance than the shot capsules do. And that's why I've got a couple of extra pepper spots on my shed wall. You know? It's one.
Yeah, when I was a kid, that's all you could find was the crimped ones. And then I remember, I mean, I was still young. When I was like 15, 16, then you started seeing the CCI shot shell ones, and you started buying those. But that's interesting. I didn't know they still made those anymore.
Really wasn't aware that they did. I remember seeing like brochures of the stuff back when I was young, because CCI or Federal. You go to the gun shop and they'd have like this Lazy Susan of all the propaganda for the different companies. Like, okay, I don't have this year's Ruger book.
Right.
I don't know. That cover on the Federal book looks kind of cool. CCI. Oh, new products for 2000. Night, Mia. Yeah. I don't know. It's an antique Taurus revolver. 357 shot shells worked better than expected. So, 7, do you use the regular CCI capsules, or did you get like the red pills with the number 4 shot? Because that was their whole new thing a couple years ago, was that
New for 2013, CCI shot shells has bigger balls.
yeah, literally they went from like the number 10 shot to the
Yeah, I think the little ones are 12 shot actually.
I think they use bigger shot in the like the 38s and that, because these 22s are number 12 lead shot.
Maybe. Yeah. All right. Well, I think we'll lock it up here. Anything coming up here?
Isn't there a rally in Washington? No, wait, that happened this week or happened during shot. There was a rally in Washington State.
Yeah, there was. I think there's one in Rhode Island coming up, I saw. And it's getting hairy out there, man. Like, it's just it's everywhere. It's tough,
be on alert, be on your best behavior.
But yeah, and I mean, something that is kind of good is SHOT Show's moving to somewhere bigger next year. They said that's a yeah. They said they're moving it to a different hotel. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. I mean, that's actually, whether people look at it as a good sign or not, I think it's a good sign. It shows interest in,
or the industry is just trying to spend more money to make it look better. Oh, I did remember one thing with Seven talking about his snake gun. That gun show I went to where I saw all the black talons, I got to handle a Henry axe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's...
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's their little 410 lever
That's
gun.
410, yeah.
Actually, last year when I went to the shoot up in Brainerd for one of the big gun shops there, I actually shot the regular 410 Henry lever, and they're nice guns. But at the time they were like $800, so not that nice. But no, it's it's kind of neat, but it's kind of also really chunky too. So I think I'll stick with my Shockwave.
You got the 20 gauge or the 12?
I bought the 12, and 3 months later they came out with the 20 and the 410.
Nice.
Which, I don't know, I might have gone with the 20. But
I would have... Henry is supposed to be at the outdoor show. Hopefully, I mean, I would imagine they'd have one there.
Yeah, you should feel special they weren't at shot.
That's cool. Yeah, I know.
So
I heard that.
That
was
just
really
ruined
surprised.
Yankees' whole day until he's
thinking about it.
Stainless Rhino. Make me asleep on the couch. You forgot me. Kinky. No bad, no.
Well, how did she forget you?
Kinky, I'm pretty sure everybody could have their brains removed, scrub with bleach and lighter fluid, put in a microwave that belted them with gamma radiation, and we would still never, ever forget you.
Hashtag forgotten, but not gone.
Hashtag
2020 Kinky Sphincter.
Until they all come home.
Yeah.
Until every sphincter is remembered.
Well, that's cool.
Okay.
That's funny. So yeah, I mean, if hopefully we get some cool videos from everybody. I'd imagine now that everybody's home, they're going to start cranking videos out. And yeah, keep an eye out there on man, budget guns and gear, not budget, guns and gadgets. Guns and Gadgets is hauling ass. So he's got like 190,000 subs now, and he is putting out video. Yeah, dude. It doesn't it seem like a year ago he had like 20,000 subs.
I don't know. I remember like
it was
he
nuts.
came on one of the shows and was like, "Oh, listen to one of his things and sub to it." But I don't know. I really don't keep too much track of the sub count, except for Mr. Max, because that's kind of interesting because we know they're fucking with it. They're just keeping them away from that 100K.
That is such. He is. This I've never seen a channel as obviously throttled like his.
The only other one I can think of is Liberty Doll, but that was after she got her 100,000 subscriber plaque. So, like, apparently somebody at YouTube actually bothered to look at her, because part of the process of getting the plaque is, one, you have to apply for it. They don't just give it to you. And two, they actually like review your channel to make sure it's not like, oh, this person got really big for like stepping on bugs and kicking people in the nuts with Tide Pods, kind of a thing. Yeah, so, but yeah, she definitely noticed because it was like equal growth up, and then once she got to like 100,000 and some odd change, like her recommendations, everything just went whoomp, just kind of dropped off.
His is crazy, man. Like
and he also does make videos telling people to go fuck themselves.
Noticed it today,
which is why we love him.
That's true, but it doesn't. Yeah, but it's crazy because how long has he been like 5,000 subs away?
I think he was like less than 1,000 away before like Adpocalypse 1.1.
Well, I mean, I know. I would say a year ago, he probably had 90,000 subs a year ago, or really, really close to it. Like 89,000 or something like that. And he should be getting, with a channel his size, with the amount of content he puts out, he should be getting at least, I don't know, what do you think? 25 subs
at least
a day,
think that people would at least stop by for hasty headlines. But then again, take this with however big of a grain of salt you like. I'll use Tim Pool as an example. Like his regular just news and commentary channel kind of like goes up, then goes down, then goes up a little bit more, goes down a little less. It's kind of like a constant back and forth, whereas his other one that's more opinion or less serious stuff, that one they've, according to him, showing whatever analytics where he gets it, they've really derank him or stop recommending it. And hasty headlines is more of a news and opinion than Susie Q and Johnny J both won the baking contest today because there were only two that enter. Story at 11.
But even if let's say, okay, so we'll say he needed 10,000 subs divided by 365 days a year. That's 27 subs a day. I mean, and he's at 95,000 right now or something like that. So you can't tell me that a channel his size is averaging 13 subs a day.
Or losing
that's not right.
That many a day.
It's way low.
I mean, I can see him losing subs a day just for some stuff he says, because people just can't be, oh, you have a differing opinion than me. That's cool. I might not agree with your view on that particular thing.
No, you're right.
You don't agree with me. What do you mean women shouldn't be able to choose what they do with their body? Or what do you mean people can't choose their pronoun regardless of now we're going off the rails here.
Yeah, it's stupid. It's fucking stupid. It's bullshit. It's super obvious. I don't know. But all right. So Moo, you got anything to plug? Anything going on?
Moo, can you hear us?
Oh man, I'm beat. We had our
Moo passed out again.
what?
Don't beat your meat. It's unseemly.
Well, you have to sometimes.
He's beating his moo meat again.
Anyway, you had
No.
your what today?
Or we put our house up for sale, and we had our open house on yesterday. So I was literally up for 40 hours straight from Friday, Saturday,
Oh man.
Sunday. it was crazy.
So did you have to turn the garden hose on any people?
I don't know. I took the wife and the dog and
Maybe.
we went to the bar and let the realtor do the work.
Oh,
But,
so this isn't as bad as you make it sound. You just spent 40 hours at the bar. I mean, granted, your tab has to be astronomical, but
I only spent 2 hours at the bar, and the tab was astronomical.
I'm telling you, man, you got to start drinking the cheap import.
I'm getting the house all ready for all that shit. So I don't know. Tomorrow we'll have some offers tomorrow, perhaps.
Wanna rock and roll all night.
Yeah, you go.
Body every day.
That's cool. Good luck.
Yep.
All right.
Hopefully
Thank you.
Ape, you wanna?
Do I want to do the thing that I do so well that Mia didn't get to hear last weekend?
You can buy my house.
Yeah, let her rip and roll. There you go.
Could I just use the money to buy the rest of the land that was part of my house instead?
Give you a good deal.
What?
Good deal on your money. I'll take your money. So, shameless self-promotion aside, ladies, gentlemen, and Jonas of all ages, thank you for watching Midnight Range TM's The Closer. Be sure to check out gunchannels.com for more Pro 2A content. Gunchannels.com is a community focused on firearms, built for shooters by shooters for conversations very similar to this. This concludes our regularly scheduled programming, but we'll be back sometime tomorrow with more. Keep an ear out for Black Cat Outdoors beer chats and E Honda's apparently imitation strudel. Gunchannels.com Monday night programming at 5 p.m. Eastern. It's hasty headlines with never enough ammo. Get your fill of news and commentary and pure rage. At 7 p.m. Eastern, it's the Polite Society podcast on Facebook and Travis P11, King Travi himself, Caliber Corner on YouTube. At 8 p.m. Eastern, it's Clovertax MOA Monday only on Instagram and Hawaii Volcano Squad's Locked and Loaded on YouTube. At 9 p.m. Eastern, it's Never Enough Ammo, a.k.a. Mr. Matt's Guns and Geek podcast, The Week in Geek. Get knee-deep in geek with and now the Geek Squad, whatever they choose to call themselves.
Nerd bunch.
At 10 p.m. Eastern, it's intentionally left blank, but that's whenever they feel like it, so don't hold me responsible if they don't have one tomorrow night. And every weeknight at midnight Eastern, it's the Daily Gun Show with Granddaddy G himself and Fluffy Mellow Puppy. Also, check out GunTube.org as a free and unrestricted Pro 2A video platform. If you like what you see, go over to Patreon and throw them a buck or two.
Even if you don't like it.
If you don't like what you see, please send all hate mail and technical questions to shootingleftofcenter@gmail.com. Subject matter, what the hell is wrong with you? However, if you want a more direct line, please send it to porkypigging.com and enter the code SNOB for free stuff. Free stuff may or may not require tetanus shot and or antibiotics. For cool and unique swag like you see on this patch panel right behind Robbie the Robot and Mr. Knives, go over to gearwebsites.com. And remember, every Friday, it's Free Patch Friday. Sometimes extra stuff gets thrown in, especially since G just was at SHOT Show. Never know what kind of cool swag you might get extra if you go over to gearwebsites.com. And remember, a hot dog is sandwich, Slim Jim is candy bar, and never eat fudge from a place called Uranus, especially if you scrape it off the street.
I think his disclaimer for snobs should be free stuff may or may not fit in your butt.
Well, you know,
The views and opinions of Two Live Moo are the views and opinions of Two Live Moo only and do not reflect the views and opinions of Midnight Range, anybody on the panel, anybody else in the world, except Halle Berry really does have some nice titties.
Now, Moo, why would you say that the stuff at PorkyPiggins.com may or may not have been up Snob's butt?
I didn't say that.
Oh man.
Yeah, you did.
I didn't say
It
that
said so on the disclaimer that the views and opinions of 2 Live Moo are not the views and opinions of Midnight Range TM or anyone else on the channel. 4-hour chat on lightsabers.
No thanks. Here's
No,
the chat. Here's the lightsaber chat. They're cool. They come in different colors.
And I want one.
There you
An
go.
actual one, not those pansy little plastic ones you guys have.
Let's go back to Halle Berry.
You heard that, right? You heard that disclaimer that he texted me, right, that night?
Yeah.
Or were you shit-faced?
Who, me?
Me or Moo?
Moo.
Moo was pretty unsober.
I may or may not have been sober.
I'd like to plead the fifth.
Shit, he doesn't even remember that. You know,
Bell.
It rings your little cowbell. So is your cowbell just like a little choker, or do you have it on like a nice little blue ribbon?
It's on like a breathalyzer.
Oh, you still got the bracelet around your ankle?
A guy that comments says, "Can we do a 4-hour chat on meat sabers?" Yeah, you do that over on do that over on eHonda's chat Sunday nights.
Ladies, gentlemen, and Jonas of all ages, we have to put up a small retraction and editorial. It is no longer eHonda 720 or eToyota 720. It is in fact eRhonda. eRhonda.
eRhonda meat saber.
The YouTuber formerly known as eHonda has decided to transition due to Colorado's red flag laws. He figures that becoming a protected class will get him less flack for beating his children and cheating his wife on child support. But you did not hear that from me, ladies, gentlemen, and Jonas of all ages. The views and opinions of Fine Ape 1393 are the views and opinions of Fine Ape 1393 and Fine Ape 1393 alone, and do not reflect the views and opinions of Midnight Range TM, 2 Live Moo, GunChannels.com, or eRhonda 720. It's closing time. One last call for bullshit. So finish your whiskey and beer. Go home. Don't stay here. The hounds will be let loose in 5, 4, 3, 2. Oh, look, a kitty.
eRhonda. All right. So thanks for watching. Keep an eye out there for all these bills and bullshit and anti-gun snottery that's coming out. Like I said, thanks for coming in. I'll see you next week. Take it easy.
Thanks, Travis.
And remember, please refrain from urinating.